Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
Yes, I finally shaved my nuts.
and Hardy
Who, me?
Just hanging around.
on 98.5
Fingerman, heard about you.
Yeah.
We're Costco guys. Of course we go shopping while eating a chicken bake.
That's gross.
Not a great cook, but I do cook.
When I asked him about the sides,
Kick them in the balls.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Blaze Bailey is omitted.
Toucher and Hardy
We're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube and get all that going. You can download the podcast if you're just listening right now. If you want to hear the whole thing anywhere you download podcasts. We'll get very heavily into the basketball game last night. Don't you worry. We have a lot of time set aside for that. Tom Karen going to be on as well. This basketball game gives us a little bit of a break from what we've been doing recently on the show. But, Hardy, when will the new Thuppets video be uploaded?
Let's discuss. It's ready? You want to pick a time?
What, does anyone know what the best time to put a new video up is?
Yeah, who's in touch with the algorithm?
Didn't we? Last time you posted something like this, it was at 8 a.m., correct?
Someone go ask Adam what time we should put this.
LBF. Can you ask the producer that you stole if what time we should post the whatever he is?
The glorified
What are you
producer.
calling him now?
Yeah,
Not Bob Bronson.
yeah.
That guy.
Not Lauren. Not Wally.
What time do you put up a video on Instagram for the ultimate effect?
I don't know.
Okay, just so you don't know.
Okay, good.
Will you please ask Adam?
Because
to come
Adam
here?
won't know either, but he'll have an answer because he can't help himself.
No, Adam seems to know what's going on with this stuff.
Okay, I'll ask.
Okay,
Please.
thank you.
Thank you.
Least you can do.
You took him from us. I mean, geez.
I mean, she was really hammering the walls, going, "I want Adam, I want Adam." And they came to me first, and then they went to Hardy, but they came to me first, and they said, "I'm sorry, Fred. LBF gets what she wants, and she wants Adam.
Yeah.
She wants Bob out and Adam in." No, I'm making that up, of course. Bob retired. He was 65. He retired, and then when he retired, they were looking for a new host, and there's not a lot of options out there.
Wait,
in the world.
we have an answer.
Yeah.
We have an answer. Yeah.
He has an answer, and he seemed very confident.
Yeah.
9 to 10, because that's when people usually
Oh.
on the computer and it pops up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So 9 o'clock.
9 a.m.
All right.
We will put up the new Thuppets video at 9 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen.
Done.
The new Thuppets video at 9 a.m. will be up on the glorious website, Instagram accounts, and Twitter and what have you. So look out for that.
When's the last time you took oral steroids for any kind of an illness? Not the. I'm not talking about the clear. I'm not talking about the stuff that we take on like
Roan.
3 times a week. For the gym.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like just prednisone.
I take it or colchicine for gout when I get gout.
Okay.
So it's a couple times a year.
Yeah, I mean, I probably take it. I probably end up getting it prescribed once every 5-6 years, maybe, for something.
It's longer than that for me.
Oh,
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
John, maybe you should try working out and getting gout.
I had some kind of allergic reaction to something, right? I don't know what. Tried, poison ivy spray. Tried, antihistamines, Benadryl didn't work. So doctor prescribed 2 things, something to, put on the itchy spots, and also this prednisone. I can't sleep. I can't sleep when I'm on this stuff. Can't take a nap. Can't fall asleep. Wake up several times during the night. And eyes pop open, a half an hour earlier than normal. Maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I should just take it all the time. I think it's bad for your liver after a while, which is why I think it's just, it'll fix whatever's wrong with you. I think these steroids, they're kind of like, they're good in that regard. Like, oh, there's no headaches. I actually feel great with everything. But there's no sleeping. No sleeping going on at all. A few hours at night. That's it. This for 3 days now.
Doesn't matter how much you tire yourself out. Doesn't matter what time you go to bed.
Doesn't matter. So weaning myself. I'm on the wean off stage now. You know, you take a bunch the first couple days, and then one less, and then one less, and then so hopefully I'll be able to sleep next week because I think it's bad for you to not sleep, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
How was your allergic reaction?
It's good. Thanks for asking,
There
John.
you go.
Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Yeah. A little itchy. I'm okay now.
Oh, you got a little itch?
Yeah, I did. It's bad.
Yeah.
Going after
You get a little tickle?
Oh, it was bad. I was rubbing that mug raw.
Oh, yeah. What were you allergic to?
No idea.
Minorities at your club?
No idea. No.
Out of nowhere.
There's no minorities at my club. Silly goose. I don't know. I thought it was something in the yard. I've been doing a lot of line trimming. I'm trying to, really stay on top of the encroachment that you get from the woods. And I'm as opposed to knocking it back, twice a season, I'm doing it every other week. I'm getting down there, man. I'm getting into it. And I'm taking stuff down. Got the good thick line trimmer line, and sometimes I'll even switch over to the blades. I'll swap those out, and I think some of that stuff didn't agree with my ankles and arms specifically. That's where you get it.
The stuff from the blades or the stuff from the wood?
The stuff from the weeds and stuff that's getting kicked back up. So it's from like my knees down and from my elbows down.
You didn't wear pants while you did it?
Nah.
Oh, rookie move.
I know.
Rookie
I know.
move.
I know.
Man.
I know.
And you,
I know.
a DIY guy, didn't know that.
I mean, you can.
Or
wear
you
jeans.
did know that and just ignored it because you're that guy.
Well, you wear jeans and a shirt, and then you take the shirt off when you go play soccer in the park. is how you do that.
Those guys exist in
Whom
my
are you
neighborhood.
referring to?
Landscapers.
No, just any landscaper, like John Fitzgerald. Is
John, I mean,
Seamus and
Ireland is a big football place. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, you got to wear jeans and a shirt, and then when you get a couple hours off, you take your shirt off and you leave your jeans on and you play soccer. That's what you do. So so you were cutting all that stuff down, and isn't it ironic that you're allergic to what you love? It's almost like a Twilight Zone episode.
Okay, I don't think I'm risking any like bad karma here. Never had poison ivy. Never had poison oak.
Really?
Yeah, never anything.
Lucky.
I've never had, as far as I know, I've never had an allergic reaction to anything until now.
I'm not positive I've ever gotten poison ivy or poison oak. I did have my.
Have you ever been in the woods?
I go to the woods
Other
6
than
days a week.
To look for your golf ball?
No. This guy. Fair enough.
Oh, God.
I also
Steph did it.
go in the woods to hide porn, obviously.
Sure.
But no, I go to the woods all the time. I'm in the woods 6 days a week. I go into the woods to walk the dog. But I have had my penis bit by a bug when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an allergic reaction to it. And I remember my first thought was, oh, I'm becoming a man. This is what happens when you become a man.
It was that noticeable?
Oh, yeah, like it was like double the width.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was peeling, which was a little disconcerting.
Yeah.
But
You don't shed twice a year?
no, I haven't had that snake. I haven't had it. I know they use snake skin to elongate it in that procedure, but I haven't gotten that yet.
Huh.
Time will tell. No, but it was just like when something swells and then like the skin gets stretched out and starts like flaking. Like that's what was happening.
John, when you molt, is that the one time a year you can actually see your genitals?
That's never been a problem for me.
Pets don't understand the dangers of your genitals.
One time, I want to see what John's got downstairs. He had that pleat that one day that we had some fun with, where it looked like he was like 2 feet long.
Yeah.
So it was like a little ridiculous. But then John keeps coming back with like how big he is.
Yeah, he leaned into that, and he's never backed off of it.
Wouldn't you lean into it if given that opportunity?
This feels like
not that. That would be a detriment to you. Girls would be like, no. There's a certain point where girls are like, no, unless they're very damaged size queens. But no, you would have had a problem on your hands.
Yeah, it feels more like a fall book type of bit. Wallach's hog reveal. Maybe on a Thursday.
He's going to have to go through legal.
Is that guy still on Instagram? Is that guy still there?
Yeah, of course.
He is? Okay.
Yeah. He's a local kid. He listens to the show every day. Tony P in D.C.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
He seems to have a lot of jobs. I think he's on TV. I don't know if it's a real TV or if it's like their internet thing, but
he still describes his weekend and all that stuff.
I don't follow
this and this.
I don't follow him.
Okay.
I don't follow Davis Clark, but he still comes up on my algorithm. And Davis Clark, he said he had a song coming out. I don't know if that's already happened.
So Tony P in DC on his LinkedIn describes himself as a strategy consultant, television host, content creator with 250,000 followers across platforms.
Oh, across platforms.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not sure where he works.
You should get a job with Beasley.
Oh, president.
Because it's the summer of influence.
That's right.
Oh, experience. Current strategy. This is his current employment. Self-employed. From November of 24 to the presently.
Oh.
And
he lost his job? The one he had before? I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's also an on-air host for Monumental Sports and Entertainment for Fox 5 DC. He's an advisory board member for National Links Trust, whatever that is. And
that sounds like a golf thing.
Yeah, he's a big golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's self-employed. Oh, yeah, National Link Trust, dedicated to positively impacting our community and changing lives through affordable and accessible municipal golf. I should get Tony P in D.C. on the golf show.
You really should.
Ryan.
I don't think it'll be a problem. I think you'll be able to book him pretty easy.
He's from Methuen, too.
I just said he listens to the show every day.
Yeah, he's from around here.
Because one of my friends went to school with him.
Oh, yeah? Was he friends with him?
I think acquaintances.
Yeah.
What did he say about Tony P in D.C. in school?
That he was just a normal kid.
He kept to himself?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it was once he moved down there, he became this big influencer.
Oh, he's big, too. He's I mean,
all of us know exactly what he's up to.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that I would certainly want to hitch my product's success to the back of Tony P in TC. He keeps that apartment clean. He does keep that apartment clean.
I have to catch up. I haven't checked it in a while.
So he'll do his fit videos a lot.
Mm-hmm.
His Friday night fit. The golf fit.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't do a separate fit when he's cooking his sad dinners for one, but he will show the preparation of that dinner for one.
Yeah, but those dinners now are often for two. If you will see the videos, they're no longer a single man. They say they're like a coupled man or something like that.
Okay.
He's in the midst of a relationship.
Good for him.
Tony P in DC.
Congratulations.
Now, he still lives at that Holiday Inn. He lives at that office space type. Like it looks like an apartment from Office Space. He still lives in that kind of place.
Yeah, it looks like corporate housing.
Yeah, and like the artwork on the walls looks like he lifted it from like a Holiday Inn. But he's in corporate housing and he's enjoying himself. Don't worry about Tony P in D.C. He's starting a media career, he said. Put me in Washington, D.C.
Oh, he's up to a 12 handicap. I thought he was a stick. Oh, all right.
Maybe he's sandbagging.
Yeah, he could be. And that's a dirty word, but for somebody who was down, I thought he was low single digits for a time. All right. Well, let's get him on the show, Ryan. Got a couple other things cooking that you and I will talk about afterward. I'm going to need you here till about 2 o'clock today. Go over stuff for the Sports Hub Golf Club.
Who's on this week?
TBD.
Oh, it's already Thursday. That's not good.
We're chasing Milt Shinban, greenskeeper. Where? For you to find out.
Well, I believe because of Father's Day weekend being next weekend, which I will be gone for, visiting the lovely Ozark region of the country for a wedding.
That's right.
Kevin Majori will be hosting the program. So in order to get one more big push for the Travelers Championship, Cromwell, Connecticut, TPC River Highlands will all be there for Wednesday Pro-Am Day. I believe we will have our conversation with Nathan Grube, tournament director, once again, along with Andy Bissett, who is, again, I'm telling you things you already know, Chief Administrative Officer, Travelers, and get those guys on talking about.
So
the
this will be
tournament.
the second time you've had them on this year.
Might be a new conversation, though. There's updates.
Because they were in earlier to talk to you for the golf show.
Yeah, weeks ago.
Now you can
Like a
talk about
couple.
the setup of the golf course, Fred.
So you have them on twice a season.
Yeah.
Now, will you have them on after the Travelers?
It's the
too?
North. It's a signature event, Fred, and it's the Northeast's only PGA tournament. So yeah, we lean into this and we want to, be as connected as we can. By the way, precious little on the who I'm going to caddy for in the Pro-Am.
Oh
angle of this thing.
Oh no!
No, because I want you playing.
I know you do. I just want to loop. That's all I want to do.
Why don't you want to play if given the chance?
I would. I mean, look, if they were to ask me to play, of course I would. But that's off the table, and the groups are set.
So you want to loop for Dylan Dreyer? That's what you
Anybody.
want. Anybody, but Dylan Dreyer.
But Dylan
If she needs a caddy, I would caddy for her. I would caddy for Carson. I'd caddy for Carson Daly. I'd caddy for anybody.
You'd caddy for Carson Daly, a man who's done the same jobs that you've done.
Yes.
It's really lowering yourself.
Yes, I have also hosted national TV programs. You'll see me on the Today Show. Every once in a while, you'll see me hosting The Voice. Yes, we have the same
He
jobs.
does not host the Today Show. He's occasionally, in emphasis on occasionally, sitting on that couch. He's not the host of the Today Show.
Correspondent, I think, is a good phrase for him.
Correspondent, and then he was a radio guy. Again, I don't think that Carson Daly is very talented, nor some like massive, tremendous success. He just is like a guy who's been bland enough just to kind of hang around. Like Ryan Seacrest is very, very successful. Now the
Carson Daly is Johnny Rotten compared to
that's true
to Ryan Seacrest.
That's true.
Number one,
just based on his relationship with the girl from American Pie alone.
Yeah, I think Carson Daly. I think he's done fine work, and it would be a pleasure to caddy for him. How about
I think
you want to see something really crawl up Fred's ass? I look up to him.
That's good. You should look up to someone in the same industry that your age.
Do you look up to anybody in the industry other than Howard Stern?
Look up to them like that they were like a huge influence on me?
No, someone that you still do now.
That's still alive?
Yeah.
I liked I told you I liked Phil Henry, Howard Stern, and what's his face in Florida?
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Exactly. Bubba the Love Neil Rogers.
Okay.
Neil Rogers was the craziest person I've ever heard on the air. And he was honest. He was a gay guy on an all sports talk station, and which was like the most like punk thing ever because he just like, and it was back in like the 80s when people were not so hip to gays doing sports and stuff like that. He was an openly gay guy, and he would the first time I ever heard him, we were driving from Miami to Key West, and they were owned by what's an old radio company like that was like
Westinghouse? Is that
sure? Say Westinghouse. Say Westinghouse owned it. He's like, when these stupid pricks at Westinghouse sell your stock, these idiots, you got to sell your stock. And then he was going on and on about Cubans. And this is a sports talk station. And he's going on and on about Cubans. And then, like, Cubans are calling in and he's screaming at him. Like, it was, it was just like, he was insane. But he did really well.
That's great.
He was on sports talk radio. He never talked about sports.
What was his name?
Neil Rogers. And he did afternoons, too. So it wasn't like he was like the imacy thing of, you could fall down a nice rabbit hole with Neil Rogers. They gave him a TV show. Like, he's maybe the most caustic radio personality I've ever heard. He's really smart, but he might be the most caustic radio personality that I ever heard. And he was really, really good. Really, really good. Unfortunately, he has passed away, but he was older. But there you go. Neil Rogers. Okay. Fall down a rabbit hole on that one. All right, we'll be back in just a moment with everything that happened last night, including the Knicks. All right. What happened last night's brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Big game in New York City last night.
That's right. The Knicks at Madison Square Garden still leading the series 2-1 after losing Game 3 at home. And the San Antonio Spurs came out, jumped out to a 12-2 run, immediately took control of this game in the first half and had the Knicks down 29 points. As I'm sure you've heard by now, no team has ever come back from a deficit that large in the NBA Finals. Last team to come even close since they started keeping these records back in 97 were the Boston Celtics.
Yep, Game 4, 2008.
Yeah, when they came back from 24 points down in a finals game. So things were not looking good for the Knicks. Now, what happened? Well, the Spurs were making everything in the first half. Even though the Knicks were getting all of the free throw attempts in the first half, they were missing everything, including their free throws.
All that complaining by Mike Brown after Game 3 seemed to work.
Apparently served a purpose.
Yes.
So, as I'm watching it, I said to myself, this is not sustainable. The Spurs were making everything, and the Knicks were missing everything. I said, this, like every NBA game, is going to balance out a little bit. All right? I didn't think it would happen to this extent. So, our score at halftime, Jonathan, 76-49.
76 first half points for San Antonio, a very important number to remember.
41 first quarter points, 35 second quarter points. Knicks at 22 and 27, 76-49 going into the locker room.
It was just to see if they could get up 30.
Yes.
The first half was fascinating because, again, like you said, San Antonio couldn't miss anything. And you were like, I wonder how much they can run this up to. But there was something that started happening at the end of the first half, which was a little concerning to me. And that was Wembanyama started taking a lot of threes.
Not just him. Everybody started taking a lot of threes.
But they were making them. Wembanyama did not make his threes in the first half. I think he made one. And that might have been in the third quarter. I don't know if he made one in the first half. If he did, it was one. He took one from basically the logo for no reason.
Right.
And so they get to halftime, and what every analyst says, and what's true is, okay, you're up this much. The only thing you have to do is just extend possessions and don't turn the ball over. That's all you have to do. Don't take quick threes. Just extend possessions. Like there's this finite amount of time left. It's math. You hold the ball. You will score, but they can score 2 baskets for every one of your baskets, and you still conceivably could win. This is but time's got to pass on the clock.
This is something the Celtics have been guilty of more than once in playoff games and in other games. Still firing away when you have a big lead. And when you fire away with a big lead, you take, as Fred was just saying, you take no time off the clock. You give the opponent more time to get back in the game.
Also, when you take those early threes, a lot of breaks the other way. A lot of long rebounds.
Yes, and away you go.
Yep. John and I were talking about that this morning. You get across half court, you jack up a three, it misses. It's like giving them. It's better than a 2-for-1 possession because it doesn't even take that long.
The other team gets more possessions, and the one thing about the Knicks and the reason they're successful is that they're consistent. They don't change. They keep running their offense. Hey, it's not working, but we're not going to panic. We're just going to keep doing what we do. And San Antonio changed their offense completely in the second half.
So, starting with the second half, Spurs came out. Shots weren't going down. Knicks played better defense. Spurs would scored 41 points in the first quarter, 76 in the half. They score 14 points in the third quarter on 4 for 20 shooting. Knicks go on a 13-0 run. They cut the lead to 15 points going into the fourth quarter. 15 points, still a big lead in the fourth quarter. Let's remember the Knicks had a 22-point deficit in Game 1 of the conference finals against Cleveland, and won that game.
They were down 20 with 9 minutes and 33 seconds left in this game.
And then they kept chipping away and chipping away and chipping away.
Right corner, Alvarado bounces it right back to Brunson. To the near sideline, Brunson steps into a three and connects. Jalen Brunson makes it a 1-point game with 2:17 to go.
That's the thing. In a close game, when you have that guy on the other side of the floor, you're going to lose. Jalen Brunson is the best closer in the league, bar none.
Well, he's the greatest Nick ever. Come on, John.
Sure.
Well,
okay.
He played very well in the second half last night, but he missed a shot that could have cost him the game. But San Antonio didn't box out.
There were egregious misses down the stretch of that game. Hart had a breakaway layup that he couldn't decide if he wanted to dunk or lay it in. He put that off the back iron. Victor Wembanyama missed 2 free throws that would have given them the lead back.
Well, Wembanyama is not the only reason that they lost that game, but he was bad in the second half. And I don't even think he was good at the end of the first half.
Well, let me tell you something, Fred. The minutes that we talked about and how Wembanyama has been getting his breathers, 44 minutes last night. He was gassed. And they did 2 or 3 possessions in a row where they tried that lob pass into him, 8 feet from the rim, which for him is a half a step to get there and lay it in, and he couldn't connect. He had lost his legs and lost his lungs. He was absolutely gassed. Jalen Brunson, a lot left in the tank.
Hands back to Brunson, center court logo. Right wing, matched up with Castle. 3 to shoot. Brunson to the foul line. Pulls up for a floater. Front rim and in. And the Knicks have their first lead with 1:22 to go in the fourth quarter.
Can I tell you why I like Brunson? Because he's like me. Hairy shoulders.
Oh, I never noticed that.
As a young man, as a 28-year-old?
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
He's going to be very hirsute. In good for him. It doesn't appear like he certainly doesn't shave him before the games because he has hairy shoulders, and that's going to turn into a whole situation for him. Now he's almost 30, so maybe not. You don't get so much hair after 30, but it's there. It's there.
I have to look now.
And all these glistening bodies in sports that never seem to have any body hair, and this crazy disposable society that just dismisses everyone that is a real man with body hair. Jalen Brunson, maybe that's why him and I have the killer instinct.
That's probably it. Knicks on their
testosterone.
Knicks on their final possession, down 1 point.
Let's go flat for Jalen Brunson. Allow him to operate at the top. 101.
Brunson gets it, fires up a 3. Shot no good. The tip, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead.
Yeah. Might want to box out.
Well, the problem was Wembanyama got switched off.
I understand that.
No, it was a complete breakdown behind him.
Wembanyama,
your best rebounder
by the 3-point line. Yeah, I know.
Guarding Brunson.
Yeah, I saw that. I know. There was nothing Wembanyama could do. Just saying that it's not only like a guy out hustled you and or muscled you out of the way. He was able to leap without any resistance.
You can't forget the shooter at the free throw line. You can't forget the guy inbounding the ball.
That's a good.
And that was Anunoby.
It's a good point. There was absolutely no contact. Anunoby floated through everybody without being touched and tipped that in.
Yeah, I'm not like Johnny Basketball telling you fundamentals. I'm talking about no, you can't let a guy go free through the lane to the rim.
Well, they forgot about him. He was way over there. He was throwing the ball in. He wasn't even on the court. What do you want?
To get the rebound on a missed 3.
With your season on the line, that would be good.
And not a long rebound either. A rebound around the rim. That's what I want. I understand. But Wembanyama's not the only guy who's on the floor. He's the tallest guy on the floor. But you got to be able to keep guys from going to the rim. That you need to do.
Unfortunate, maybe a bit of a head scratcher. Here's a bigger head scratcher. 1.6 left, John?
1.2.
1.2 left on the clock. Spurs have a chance to do a couple of different things here. All right? Inbound the ball. Let's get a shot.
Bridges on Vassell. Hart on Castle. Robinson on Wembanyama. Pass toward the middle. Caught by Castle. Dropped by Castle. His shot is blocked by Hart. And the New York Knicks just pulled off the biggest comeback win in NBA Finals history. from down 29. They take a 3-1 series lead, stunning the Spurs 107-106.
You saw the body language of those guys coming off the floor. They're done. I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks blew their doors off on Saturday night.
Okay.
They are finished.
I have an idea on that final Spurs chance. How about you get the ball into Wembanyama? How about you throw it up to where he is literally the only guy on the court who can come down with it, and you let him take a shot? Or, you know what else can happen? He might get fouled when he's taking the shot. You're down 1 point.
I'm watching it from the top, the tip-in.
Yeah.
Not the last play, the
Anunoby.
tip-in. I apologize, but I mean, it's still on topic. Like,
Yeah.
Anunoby, I mean, come on.
He didn't even charge down the center lane. He floated in from the side.
I mean, come on.
It's awful.
I mean,
He had all kinds of room in front of that rim. I know.
Yeah.
he came in from the three-point line.
Yes.
From the left, and he tipped it in on the right side.
Going
of
left to right.
Yeah, he
No,
tipped
was
it in
bad.
on the right side of the rim.
It was bad.
Once
again, not touched as he came through
Wide
the lane.
open. Come on through.
That's coaching. That has to be coaching. Like, you have time before that. Like, you gotta tell these guys
interesting.
no offensive rebounds.
It's interesting you bring that up because the stories now coming out of San Antonio, Mitch Johnson, who finished third in the NBA Coach of the Year
He's
voting.
a good coach.
Yeah, well, he's a good coach, but the story is now Greg Popovich got on the team plane before Game 3, flew with the team back to New York. And not only gave them like a 20-minute, pep talk, sat next to Wembanyama and checked in with every player on the flight down there. That is where they drew their inspiration for Game 3, by all accounts. I mean, it seems the deeper we get into this series that the San Antonio Spurs head coach is overwhelmed and overmatched.
Well, yes, I look. He's a good coach. I agree that Mike Brown is out coaching him. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Mike Brown, you said that the Knicks do the same thing. But he was trying all kinds of stuff yesterday.
Well, he was Karl Anthony Towns got into foul trouble.
But
and
in
all
terms
that,
of personnel, he was trying things, and then he got something that worked. So he deserves all the credit in the world. But that is coaching at the end. Like, I mean, because you have that time to remind everyone, like, hey, okay, like, Brunson's taking the shot. Fine. If he makes it, he makes it. If Brunson makes the shot, what are you going to do? Okay, we can live with that. Then we got to score.
Especially over Wembanyama. My God.
Right.
Yeah, you
right.
live with that.
So, but look, he's going to take the shot. If he misses, when he misses, what we're going to do is you have to get that rebound. Like, you have to, this is at all costs. And you can't just stand around staring at the rim and let someone come in from outside the three-point line and hover above the basket above all of you without being no contact while you're haloed around the basket. There's no one else around there.
Nope.
But Spurs.
It's amazing.
God, I'm glad I'm not a San Antonio.
Well, I mean, you forget, again, all of these guys, all the starting five, none of them have been in this situation before, and they had a big win in Game 3, but it seemed like in the third quarter, they realized where they were and what the situation was, and all of them panicked at once.
Where the experience comes into play. But
My God.
between the Anunoby gaff and letting him get to the rim and put that back in to take the lead, and the decision not to get the ball to Wembanyama on the final possession, I just don't get it. It's like, if you're the Celtics, you want to put the ball in Jason Tatum's hands, but he's going to be covered. Yeah, but Jason Tatum isn't 7'4", and there are other guys that you can reasonably dish it to. There's no one else that was a reasonable choice to take that last shot for San Antonio in that moment other than Wembanyama. And he didn't even have to take the shot. You can still get fouled, go to the free throw line, make one of two, and force overtime. But instead, they get it to Castle, who, by the way, was not open. And they just threw it into him. I don't think it was ever designed to go to Wembanyama.
All right. Well, listen, we'll have plenty from the Knicks game coming up. We'll be right back. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines.
Patriots are once again without Harold Landry, Morgan Moses, and unsigned draft pick Gabe Akets at practice yesterday as mandatory minicamp continued. Christian Gonzalez basically a full participant at a glorified walkthrough at Madison Square Garden last night. The Knicks set a new NBA Finals record. They came back from down 29 points and beat San Antonio 107-106. OG Anunoby, the game-winning tip-in with just over a second left. Knicks now lead 3-1. Carolina hosts Las Vegas in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. Series even at 2 games apiece. And Tampa Bay swept the Red Sox yesterday 7-5 at Tropicana Field. Sox have tonight off. They play Texas at Fenway Park tomorrow night. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Dr. Matthew Lopresti and Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, the hair doctor of Hardy, Charlie McAvoy, and Sean Corrali. Call 1-800-GET-HAIR for a free consultation. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7 o'clock.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Shake it up, shake up your summer.
Try the toasted marshmallow shaken espresso with bold espresso, creamy oat milk, and toasted marshmallow flavor. Shaken over ice and topped with cold foam. Just the kind of energy your summer needs.
Shake up your summer.
Honeydew. Do life.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency
Moments like these.
To climb up a tree.
You know.
We're the best friends that can be, my buddy and me.
Now, more of your best morning buddies. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Our Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, what else is going on in the world?
Red Sox also played yesterday, wrapping up their 3-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays. Early affair and an early lead for the Tampa Bay Rays.
0-2 to Austin Slater. Ground ball and kicked into the open space to the left side. Another run is in. Diaz heading into third. He'll pull up there and into second. Slater on a sharp comebacker. Winds up at second base. 3-0 Tampa Bay.
Neat.
I watched this game, by the way.
Ooh.
Oh, did you?
Yep. I was a day game, and I was able to see a great deal of it. It's interesting the way the game worked out. I was a little bit. Because Tampa's starter was so dominant.
Drew Rasmussen, yeah.
Okay, John. Yes, indeed. Okay. Their starter was dominant. Drew Rasmussen for the people out there that needed to know. And then because Tampa had so much success in the last few games, they were very limited in their bullpen in terms of their 8th inning guy and 9th inning guy. And so that's when it got a little interesting. But don't give your offense, Red Sox fans. Well, two things is that the historic underperformance of the top 3 hitters in the lineup. It was the first time since baseball. First time since baseball that the top 3 hitters for a team have struck out 3 times in a row each.
To start the game, yes.
To start the game,
yes.
And so,
great.
So you have that, but then they came alive a little bit. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but just know that Tampa was not able to pitch their best bullpen people because they'd already used them so much against in these wins.
Yeah.
So they were down to guys that they weren't. Because I was listening to this on Tampa Bay radio.
I thought you said you were watching it.
And then at this point,
were you lying to me then, or are you lying to me now?
I watched it and then I consumed it via audio, which I, in a lot of ways, find purer. And it was the Tampa Bay guys, and they were talking about how crappy the pitchers they had brought in are.
It was
by the way,
5-0. They took Rasmussen out, and that's the reason the Red Sox are able to score runs.
That's what I'm saying.
And John was poo-pooing the notion that this game was close in any way last night.
It was not close.
In our online conversation. Well, after they made it 3-0 there in the 5th, a sac fly and RBI single later, the Rays are up 5-0 in the 8th inning. But Fred said, them Red Sox, man, never count them out. They came alive.
Kind of fell up for playing short today. Marcelo Meyer out of the lineup. That one stung high and deep down the left field line. That ball's crushed, and that is gone. Home run for Durbin.
Yeah, 5-1. Take that.
The pitch 2 guys, Matz and this Sulcer kid, both well over 5 ERAs. They were really down to the dregs of their bullpen.
Yeah. You think they were done? They were not done.
And the 0-2 again to Rafaela. Swinging a high drive into left field, backing up Delayed. He's turning around, and that ball's gone. That's a 3-run homer.
Oh.
Cedar Rafaela torches one. Red Sox with their second blast of the inning. And they get back into the game here late.
You like that? O'Brien was surprised. Wow, that's a 3-run homer. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. How about that? 3 runs at the same time? This team goes a week without scoring 3 runs in a game.
Is it true that someone, may have been Ted Sarandis, doing the Red Sox postgame back in the day would sometimes not see the entire game or would be reading through the box score?
Oh, that was Ted, 90% of the time. And Ted, to kill time, would read the box score.
Well,
he was like, let's see, Jaron Duran, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit. No RBIs,
but
then he'd go on to the next guy.
He had no idea how the game actually ended. He'd be like, and the Red Sox still trailing 3-2. Oh, and a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th, and they end up pulling this one out.
No, that's accurate. That's accurate.
Well, listen, you felt good about yourselves. You got 4 runs in the top of the 8th, but not so fast.
Yeah, well, we don't even have the final highlight here. But,
well, it's Mullins hits a home run, which just seemed like insurance at that point, and they ended up needing it a little bit, and there you go.
Yeah. So the Tampa Bay Rays complete the sweep of the Red Sox, 7-5. Sox with the day off, and then they're home. I believe they're playing the Rangers tomorrow night.
That's correct.
There you go.
Yeah, Mickey Gasper hit 5th for you yesterday. It's good. It's good. This team, murderers row.
Durbin had his first multi-home run game of his career, which is good to know that he's your veteran third baseman. He had his first multi-home run game of his career.
3 for 4 with 2 homers. He is now hitting .204 on the season, slugging percentage of .330.
Yeah.
I'm no mathematician, but that doesn't sound good.
No. So congratulations. He was pretty. They put the hat on him and everything. After he hit that
the
solo
Wally
home run.
head. Oh, that's awesome.
I love that.
It was 5-1 when he made the game 5-1, and he put on the Wally head and ran around.
It's like Sweet Caroline in the 8th when you're getting blown out.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
good.
you guys suck. Like you legit suck.
But we got this hat.
Look, good for you. You hit a home run. Like it's good. Like it's a personal achievement for you. But you guys are atrocious.
One quick thing, and it speaks to the front office again. Tim Healy, who's been breaking stories left and right this week, had a story from Garrett Crochet, who said his lat injury is worse than expected. He hasn't been cleared for playing catch yet. He's going to be out for a while. So they went to Breslow after that. How come you didn't tell us this? And Breslow's like, well, all I know is that, he's going to be looked at again on Thursday, and from what I understand, there have been no setbacks, and we'll go from there. The message from the Red Sox is not truthful. Again, ownership or the guy in charge of baseball operations is, I don't know if it's deliberate. Maybe he's not being told, which is even worse, that things aren't as bad as they truly are. It's bad up and down the organization, from the lineup to the roster construction to the guy pulling the trigger to the ownership. This is an abject disaster. This team is on pace to lose 96 games, Fred. That's 3 games worse than the Bobby Valentine year. Yeah. That's how bad this is.
No, they're terrible. I mean, and it's not going to get better. And now that you don't have Crochet, I wonder if they're still going to pretend that they're not going to do anything at the deadline. That they're gonna look into a right-handed bat to really thrust them into things. 12 games under 500. Every team except for one is ahead of you in the American League. I understand there's 2 teams that are tied with you, but let's be honest, this is a disaster. And you really only have a shot at the 3rd wild card. The 2nd and 1st wild cards are almost out of reach at this point. I mean, do you think you're going to come back 8 games?
No.
To get into the 2nd wild card? So you're really fighting for 1 playoff position, and everyone's ahead of you.
This team is going to lose 95 games this year.
I just think that they have to come to the realization that they're not good, and then move on and move on from Breslow and beg someone. I don't care how much you have to pay him, and go, please come in here and just do what you need to do.
That's right. We're going to get out of the way. Here's all the money you need. Do what you see fit. That's where we are. That's the only way this franchise is going to get better.
It's almost rather them invest in a decent, because I'll tell you who don't look bad right now is Chaim Bloom. Chaim Bloom looked pretty good right now.
But you just said 2 things that aren't going to happen. They're not going to. I
know, you're right.
I think they're more likely to get the money than they're likely to get to do whatever you need.
Chaim Bloom has 10 more wins than you and 11 less losses. So have fun with that. With a team of AAA kids that he patched together. So good for you. Not one veteran, and it's Dustin May on that team. So have fun.
Don't start.
Yeah, they're 11 games over 500.
God.
But the National League sucks. Oh, no, the National League does not suck. The National League is
actually far
way better
than the American League.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment. We'll get back to that next game.
You're listening to
Celtics have had the revolution. This is Boston's home for sports. WBC-FM at HD Boston. 98.5 The Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headline.
Patriots had a light workout of day 2 of mandatory minicamp in Foxborough yesterday, as was the case on Tuesday. Harold Landry, Morgan Moses, and unsigned second-round draft pick Gabe Akis were missing from the workout, but it appears Mike Vrabel's holding out Landry and Moses until the end of next month when training camp starts. Christian Gonzalez was not only present, he was a full participant, mostly because of the pace of the practice. At the NBA Finals last night, the Knicks made history. They beat San Antonio 107-106 to take a 3-1 lead. San Antonio led by 29 points in the first half and by 20 with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left, and they still lost when OG Anunoby tipped in a Jalen Brunson miss with 1.2 seconds left. A rough night at the office for Spurs head coach Mitch Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, at the top of the list, just in terms of obviously the circumstances and the stakes of what we're playing for, and to put as much good work into that first half as we did and get the lead that we had and not finish the job is disappointing to say the least.
Brunson scored a game-high 36 points for the winners. Game 5 Saturday night in San Antonio. In hockey news, Carolina will host Las Vegas in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight, even at 2 games apiece. Red Sox got swept by Tampa Bay 7-5 at Tropicana Field. They're 12 games under 500 for the first time since 1997. They'll play Texas at Fenway Park tomorrow night. And the World Cup begins at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today in Mexico City with the host country playing South Africa. Later tonight, it's South Korea against Czechia. The U.S. opens up tomorrow night at SoFi Stadium in L.A. against Paraguay. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Mass DOT. The World Cup will bring more people in traffic than ever before. So whether you're heading to a match, commuting, or traveling, plan ahead and kick the drive. Visit mass.gov/World Cup for more info on how to get around during game days. I'm John Wallach on Boston Tilt for Sports 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
The Sports Hub. 3 legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub. Hey, listen, if you've got to go, we understand, but make sure you bring the Sports Hub app with you so you can hear more of Todger and Hardy.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
On the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy, while very low level of Rocky music kind of plays in the background.
Yeah, I like it.
Is it low in my headphones or is it just low?
It's low.
It's a little low, and it's a little low energy. We're not sure how this is going to work out. We're training right now. We're not.
See?
And do you understand that there's plenty of songs about New York City?
There's just a lot of songs, period. How many songs do you think there are?
Probably more than, no.
Hundreds? I bet there's close to 1,000 songs out there.
There's probably like 100.
Oh, I can name like 10 of them without even looking it up.
I mean, how many chords, how many notes are there?
Too many notes.
I hate music. It's got too many notes.
That's right.
Tommy said so. All right. So yesterday, look.
It was an epic collapse. It was a 29-point blown lead, and after the game, people were apoplectic.
Yes, the Knicks fans were booing a little bit. The first half was fascinating because you just wanted to see if San Antonio could get it up to 30. Like, if they could get it up to 30 in the first half, the Knicks looked defeated. San Antonio was like smirking and, feeling themselves. They could not miss.
There's all these benchmarks we were watching, and I said, I did say out loud, they're going to score 75 in the first half. And scored 76.
Oh, yeah. I mean there was
that's nuts.
In the first quarter, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if they scored 100 points in the first half? That happened. Didn't that just happen? A team scored close to 100 points in the first half?
I don't know.
Yes, it did. And it happened in the playoffs. Something just happened where a team scored almost 100 points in the first half. And I do believe it was in the playoffs. and then they didn't play their starters for the fourth quarter. Maybe it was. Yes, that did happen.
I remember Cleveland getting almost 90 in the first half on Golden State during the NBA Finals one year.
Yeah, well, this year it happened too, and so I can look into that. I'm sure I will, but yeah, you were like, can they get 100? Like, can they get close to 100 points in the first half, and then just rest Wemby for the entire fourth quarter, and then be really ready to go, and. It was amazing, and it was great to see that crowd freak out. Then I stopped watching. Beginning of the fourth quarter, it was 15 points. I was a little like, oh, wow, the Knicks are kind of coming back, but whatever. Not much has to happen for San Antonio to win.
Knicks led the Hawks at the half this season, 83-36. Is that right?
There you go. Let's turn the microphone on.
So that's what I was thinking.
The NBA record for points in a first half during the playoffs is 87. Oklahoma City.
Okay, so 83 points, close to 100.
Yeah.
I mean, they were screwing around with having 100
And
points.
that Cleveland one is 2017, they had 86. So there you go.
So you're up 27 at the half. You're up 76-49. You only manage, you score less than a half. You score 14 points in the third quarter, which is less than the 41 you scored in the first, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Is my math correct?
4 for 20 from the field in the third quarter.
Yeah, 16 in the fourth quarter. Everything went wrong for the Spurs pretty much in the second half, and Charles Barkley treated them gently in the postgame.
We saw the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization.
Oh, wow.
We saw they had a 25-point lead, took eight straight threes. Like, they thought to get, like, that was some of the most mismanaged, stupid basketball. Hey, when you blow a 29-point lead, the other team has to help you. The San Antonio Spurs help the New York Knicks win this game by doing some of the stupid-ass stuff I've ever seen on a basketball court.
Yeah, we talked about it. I had not heard that, but I mean, obviously, analysts were talking about this, and the two things that you can do to blow a 30-point lead are turn the ball over and take quick threes, and just by nature of time, I'm sure a statistician can figure it out, someone who deals with numbers, but if you just hold the ball for 20 seconds and miss and then go 2 for 1, let them go 2 for 1, you're still winning that game.
You can do that for a really long time. I mean, you can get away with that, and the chipping away at the lead is just that. You're just chipping away at it. You're really not giving them a chance to get back in if you take more time to miss your shots. But when you get it across half court and you chuck up a three, you haven't used any of the time. You're not managing. And well, this is what Shaq was talking about. He says comfortable. I think nervous.
Congratulations to the Knicks for coming back, but Chuck, I agree with you. They played terrible basketball. They got comfortable. They got comfortable with the league. They was already talking about, going back to San Antonio. They just didn't play smart. And, you never know what a champion is until you become a champion. But tonight, the Knicks, they fought like a champion.
Did they get comfortable or did they get nervous? Did they gag it due to hubris? Or did they gag it because they choked?
Well, it seemed at the end of the first half, I'll bring it up again, is that Wemby had a bit of hubris because he shot a three from the logo.
There was a reason for that. I understand what you're saying. The reason he took that deep three at the end of the first half, it was a 2-for-1 situation where he wanted to get a shot off to make sure that the Spurs got the ball last at the end of the first half. But overall, the shot selection was terrible.
Okay, John, fair enough. It's a 2-for-1 situation, but I don't think you'd have to take a three at the logo and give up a 2-on-1 break the other way. That's not the way to handle a 2-on-1 situation. I'd rather just keep the ball and go 1-for-1 than shoot a ball from the logo. That's no. If I'm coaching that team and I go, let's try to get 2-for-1, I not at the expense of taking a shot, having my 7'3" center take a shot from half court.
And this goes to the bigger point, which is the inexperience, not only of the players, but of the head coach in this situation. If Greg Popovich is the head coach of this team, Would they be down 3-1? I think they'd be up 3-1 at this point.
I agree.
And so you have a bunch of guys in their early 20s. I mean, Luke Cornett and Harrison Barnes are the only real veterans on that team. Barnes doesn't play, and Cornett won a title as a bench player. So you have most of your rotation unaware of what it's like at this time of year, and I think they panicked. I don't think it was they got comfortable, more to your point, Hardy. I think collectively all those kids in their early 20s panicked.
I think you're right. It felt and looked more like panic than it did, we got a little too comfortable. We started easing up on stuff. No, they started doing dumb stuff, to paraphrase Charles Barkley, the dumbest basketball team in the history of civilization. What about from the Knicks side of this? Now, we are talking about a team that overcame a 22-point deficit in the fourth quarter of their game against Cleveland in the conference finals. So Brunson asked if doubt had crept in during this game. Jalen, where'd you go?
Jalen! Nicholas!
Got it. Thank you.
When you were down 29 points, did any doubt creep in your mind?
I thought about it, but then I realized just where we're at. And you're allowed to think. You're allowed to think about the worst possible scenario, but you got to go out there and do something about it. And just having my teammates back, just fighting every possession, just figuring out what we had to do, but not really, just not believing it.
One other stat.
I wish these guys were more unlikable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really not.
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns is likable. Brunson's likable. Yeah.
Anunoby. We'll hear Anunoby in a second. Go ahead.
The experience. The Knicks are 10-9 in the playoffs in the last 2 years when they're down by double digits in the second half. That just doesn't happen. And you saw it against the Celtics, too. The Celtics were all over the place. They were up and down. They blew back-to-back 20-point leads at the beginning of that series against the Knicks 2 years ago. The core of this team was still there. They just keep playing. They're so consistent. And it doesn't matter who the head coach is because they changed head coaches. They
it
just
matters
keep,
a little bit.
Mike
Brown's doing better.
But this particular part of their DNA, they're a straight line while other teams are all over the place. And ultimately, the Knicks are winning more than they're losing at this time of year because of it. And you saw what happened last night. The Knicks kept working the offense. They just kept playing. Meanwhile, San Antonio played one of the better first halves in team history in the playoffs and then stopped. That's the difference.
Let's hear from Mike Brown as we broke down the tip-in that Anunoby had for the Knicks to give them the 1-point lead, which they would hold on to and win the game last night. He was the guy inbounding the ball. He had a free lane to the basket, came in from the left, tipped it in on the right. How did Mike Brown break it down?
It's unbelievable. Tip, how he had to control it and tip it in from. Like I said, that has to be the most iconic shot in the history of New York basketball. I'm not you guys know better than me, but it was just unbelievable.
Is it the most iconic shot in the history of New York Knicks basketball?
According to my father, who knows way more about this than I do, it is. When they won in 70 and 73, when the Knicks won, it wasn't like that. When they won games, it wasn't by one at the buzzer. They won by, 5-10 points.
You were talking to your father last night?
Yes.
Wow.
My dad is over the moon excited about this kind of thing. He was up early this morning, my father, about this.
Texting you?
He was up at 5 in the morning, yes.
Was he texting you last night?
No, he last night, this morning, sun's down. The point is, he texted me this morning on the way into work.
Is he taking steroids for his allergies?
No, he's not. My dad's 89. My dad's 89 and is up
20
all
years
hours
ago, he
watching
was
this.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This is 69.
Right.
Rawr.
You just made me think of it again. I don't know why it popped into my head yesterday. The Righteous Gemstones scene when John Goodman and his girlfriend are in bed and the kids walk in on him.
Yeah.
I can't. That show. All right. So there's Mike Brown on Anunoby's tip in the game winner. How about Anunoby? He'll say something that'll make you dislike him and dislike the Knicks.
Got the ball to Jalen. He got a good look, and I just crashed and went for the ball.
You make it sound so easy, but tell me what's going through your mind as it's all unfolding.
Oh, just do whatever it takes to win, you know? I think it's crashing the glass and second chance opportunities, so I just try to make a play.
OG, how did this happen? You guys were down 29. How did this happen?
Oh, we're resilient, you know? We never give up, you know? It's a game of runs. They went on a run early. We knew we were going to go on our own run, so we just stayed with it, kept pushing.
Somebody say something stupid. Somebody say something that makes me not like you. Nobody will do it.
I know. Even the head coach is humble.
I know.
It's really annoying.
Damn it.
It's just their fans that suck.
Yeah, and
agreed.
All right. Well, Victor Wembanyama, with the obvious statement here. I don't know how you talk in these post games if you're any member of the Spurs, but you have to.
What's going through my mind right now? I think he's going to go one of two ways, and a bad one and a good one. And I know the bad one would be giving up. The good one would be getting stronger through this, getting more together, and I know this is what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Victor. 44
He
minutes.
did not play well.
44
They're
minutes
done.
run last night. He's not used to that.
They're done.
No.
They're done.
No.
You watched them leave the floor after last night's game. They're done. The Knicks may win this one by 20 on Saturday.
Do you know what really sticks in my craw, too? All these people who spent these tens of thousands of dollars for these tickets to get in because they thought they were going to sweep and they thought they were going to see them hoist the trophy. They got something better. What they saw, I would rather be at that game than the game where they win it all. To be there on that night, because it's more of a story. If they go out and they win the next game and they take a 10-point lead in the locker room at halftime and hang on to it and win kind of easily, that's the game. That's the game.
I want the game where they clinch it. If I'm a Knicks fan,
Yeah, but
and
you're
in my
simple.
lifetime they've never won one. Are you kidding me? It's
You're
been 53
simple.
years. No, it's not simple or complicated. I want the game where they win it all.
I don't really think anyone cares what you want.
Oh,
That's not true.
You didn't have to say it.
That's just
You know?
uncalled for,
77-5. Go ahead.
82 and he's playing 82 and 0.
We're done.
It's the best I've ever done.
Did you play that the entire time we just did this?
No.
Okay.
No.
Don't be silly.
I was participating in the conversation as much as either of you.
Well, you just kind of popped your head up and you say something, and then you go back down and keep playing.
No, that's not true. I was very involved in the conversation. Some would say I was the straw that was stirring the whole dang drink. I mean, that's all you need to know. It's just the best I've ever done. The 77-5.
Went 82 and 0 over the weekend.
It's because of your vast knowledge.
Right.
All
Well,
right.
he got cheat notes from his dad at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, little daddy's boy over here. Ooh, daddy. Daddy, love me.
I call you at 5, and there's no answer. You're eating at night out of guilt.
All right, we will be back in just a moment. Clean Sheets by the
Those sheets
Descendants.
were dirty.
Yeah. By the way, we got an email. We got an email from Dave, who emails a lot. He said John's dad had reached out to him this morning. He said if John's dad is 89, he must have gotten John's mom pregnant when he was still in high school.
Yeah, that math, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he's 89 and John is 70.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I guess maybe
John's 71.
Maybe it could have been on like graduation night.
Was it graduation when I?
He hasn't told me. That's one of those family secrets. I was never told exactly when that happened.
Do you have any
seat of the Edsel?
Oh, you have a sister. Is your sister
Oldsmobile.
Is your sister older or younger?
Younger.
Were you protective of her, John?
Always.
No, were you protective of her?
Yes.
He didn't care.
Wait, now, how did you protect her with that clarinet of yours?
I used it to beat off all the suitors, to beat back all the suitors.
No, you used your hand to beat off all the suitors.
Yeah.
Now, did you
walked right into it? Yes.
Did you? No, but did was she in the band?
No.
Oh, so you
She
weren't
was
a
not.
mentor to her?
No.
Okay.
No, she always knew what she was doing. Trust me. Always knew.
No, I mean she's in Luxembourg, be a big success. I know.
Yes.
I'm not putting her down. I was more trying to figure out what the dynamic was like in high school for the two of you.
We were 4 years apart.
Oh, okay.
So this shows you how old I am. There were only 3 grades in my high school. Only
Right.
3 grades, 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Oh, I thought they were going to say 0, 1, and 2. And
No. Didn't
Out
add
into the world.
freshmen to my high school.
Well, then you're
until
out to the
after I
mines.
left.
Well, yeah, they need you in the fields.
What was the Depression? I mean, there was a very thin job market at the time. All right. Mike Dussault writes for and produces content for Patriots.com. He's joining us. Mike Dussault, hello, sir.
Good morning.
Did you have a sibling at all?
I do. I have 2 younger sisters, actually.
Were you protective of them, unlike John?
I wish I could say I was. I don't feel like I was protective enough.
Yeah. My son not overly nice to my daughter. That's a thing going on right now. Is your daughter nice to your son?
No.
Okay, there you go. At least I feel good about that. All right, Mike. So here we are. It's mandatory minicamp. Let's start with Christian Gonzalez and Kayshon Boutte. Where do you see their individual situations at right now?
Yeah, I think Gonzalez is in the midst of negotiations, it feels like to me. So they're, the vibe I got going back and forth, and, hopefully they can get something done. Both sides seem to want to get something done. I'm optimistic there. Boutte, good to see him back. Looks like he's in good shape. Kind of hopped right back in. Looks like he hasn't missed a beat, even though he hasn't really been here. That one's a little bit more murky to me. So it just looks like a logjam there. I heard the Vrabel clip you guys played about Diggs coming back.
There's no way Diggs is coming back, right?
No.
No. Yeah, why would that happen?
He still has legal trouble to deal with, too.
Yeah, but that one sounds a little
Well, they
shaky.
don't need they filled the wide receiver room as it is. They don't have space for him, but the other part of it is there's this legal issue which has basically kept him from signing anywhere else either. So
yeah, I mean, and it's just overall in the room, even Boutte now, it seems like they got a lot of guys. You could see him kind of fitting in when you watch minicamp. I mean, it's not out of the realm to see him out there with A.J. Brown and Dobbs and Matt Collins and the rest of them, but I don't know. I think this might have been the last time we see Boutte today here. We'll see how it plays out, but it seems like he's probably going to be headed somewhere else. That's my feeling on it.
I mean, part of the calculus has to be about keeping A.J. Brown satisfied, and if you're going to try and keep Kayshon Boutte, which I would be in favor of, I want as many weapons as possible, but A.J. Brown's going to need his touches.
Yeah, and I mean, watching A.J. Brown over these couple of days, I mean, yesterday was just kind of a jog through, so, not to make too much of it, but this guy's an NFL superstar, and you can already see the skill that he's going to bring to this offense. So, as much as you like Kayshon Boutte, he's, had a nice story. He's developed really well. He's caught some big touchdowns, down the stretch in the playoffs last year. But now with A.J. Brown in the mix, you got to think, all right, they're on to bigger things now, and it's just hard to see how Boutte's going to fit into that plan.
offensively, I was reading that Drake May has been given the keys to Josh McDaniels' offense, and McDaniels challenged him again yesterday. If you could take us through the maturation, because it seems like May is a different person this year.
Oh, I love it. I think this is the X factor of this whole team was, May had an MVP season last year with completing 72% of his passes, but I think the coaches would tell you he just kind of had a basic understanding of this offense. And, we saw Tom Brady develop, not to put Drake May in that category yet, but, Josh McDaniels empowers his quarterback to make decisions at the line. And, one of my favorite things to come out yesterday was that on the practice on Tuesday, they had him go to the line with no play call and look at the defense and figure out what you would call. I think those are the kind of things where you're giving Drake May, like you said, the keys to this offense to be able to change plays to. I think the biggest thing that Josh said was just avoiding the bad plays, getting to the line and being like, all right, we're not going to run a play that we know isn't going to be successful. Can we at least get ourselves into something that has a chance? So aside from A.J. Brown entering the mix, aside from, continuing to rebuild the offensive line, I think this is, to me, the biggest storyline. If Drake May really becomes the master of this offense and is able to pull all the strings he needs at the line of scrimmage, I think he's going to put them in a really good position to be successful.
Tough to tell from a walkthrough, but how is the left side of the line looking?
Like you said, tough to tell right now. Yesterday, like you said, jog through was literally they snapped the ball and everybody kind of goes into slow motion. So a little bit more competitive today. But, as far as Caleb Lomu, we've seen him. Morgan Moses hasn't been here, so you've seen him getting a lot of work on the right side. Then on the second team, he flips over to the left side. So I think things are lining up with Lomu that, in a perfect world, he's going to be that swing tackle if Moses is healthy. But he's getting plenty of reps now, and the way that they managed Moses last year, he's probably going to get plenty of reps in training camp as well. So hopefully that can accelerate his process. But, yeah, tough to tell with the offensive line. And I'd also say with the pass rush, because without Gabe Akis there, without Harold Landry, you're dipping down the depth chart a little bit there too. So those guys, not even being fully tested as they will be, hopefully in training camp when maybe you get those guys back.
Yeah, let's talk about Akis. As we all know how to say it. With Akis, how do you think the team is responding to him not being there?
Yeah, it seems weird. He was there in rookie minicamp. He was watching. He didn't have a helmet on, and then finally we got questions, from Vrabel on Tuesday about, that he had a procedure, that he's not under contract. I think he's one of 2 second-round picks that aren't signed right now. So sometimes that does happen with the contract. I don't know what the deal is with this procedure, but when you looked at the draft, this was the one guy that you were hoping and that you kind of needed to come in and contribute right away. And it's even more glaring out there in minicamp without Harold Landry, where, you do have Draymond Jones, solid, NFL player, and Elijah Ponder was pretty good last year. But, when you look at this team as a whole, that's kind of the glaring spot. I think we were all, including, the coaching staff, we're hoping that Gabe Akis will come in and be part of that rotation and really bring some youth and some energy. And he just hasn't been out there yet. Now, Mike, they talked yesterday about he's going to have to catch up. He's getting behind the 8 ball a little bit. Hate to see that from rookies, but I still think, he's got enough juice as a pass rusher. You still can get some contributions out of him, but I guess anybody's guess is as good as mine right now what this procedure was and what his timetable is to get back on the field.
How important is it, do you think, for a young player to be in these mandatory mini camps?
I think it's pretty important. Some positions you could say maybe more than others, but some of the guys like N'Keal Harry that you saw get hurt early in training camp. Now, different situation with Brady and all that, and, now he's really behind. But it's important. These guys, this is when the install is getting in. These guys are understanding how to be professionals. They're really laying the foundation. So, go back to what I said. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you're hoping this guy can just put his hand in the dirt and see ball, get ball. So maybe that there's a little bit of flexibility with this position, but no question, the one guy out of the draft you were hoping to get some pretty quick contributions from. You haven't even seen him on the field yet, so I do think it's significant.
What is your gut feeling? Will Christian Gonzalez be on the field for day 1 in training camp in 6 weeks?
I'm going to say not yet, but I think they figure it out once he gets back for training camp. I don't know. That's just not in my, that's my shot in the dark of how these things kind of work. They go back and forth, and he's been fairly involved. Team days 2 days ago he'd tap out, but yesterday with the jog through, he's right in there. So these things take a little bit of time. I'm going to say get back to training camp, check in, how's it all going? All right, how about this? I think they get it done in training camp. That's my feel on it.
Vrabel seemed, pretty unworried, but I guess more to my point, he seems rather unworried about everything. And a lot of this stuff is kind of died down. I know that they're still working on the investigation in terms of, what would actually was going on between him and Rossini. But is he different in any way?
They didn't look different to me this week. I mean, I think maybe earlier in the spring with some of those press conferences, you could have said, yeah, but it seems like the same old Mike Vrabel to me as far as mini camp and, just in his element. I mean, you can tell how much this guy loves coaching, loves, putting his imprint on each of the different positions. And, it's the same thing you saw with Bill. He just loves to run up to random guys and give them coaching points, and then he's over here and he's over there. So I haven't seen any difference in him, setting the tone, his loud voice booming. Yesterday they did a little competition pushing sleds. He's running the show and making sure everybody's, got the right amount of hands on the sleds and all that kind of stuff. So, as of right now, it seems like Vrabel back to normal and the team kind of gunning today, hoping to wrap up mini camp and, then we're on to the vacation before training camp.
All right. Well, listen, Mike Dussault, read him at Patriots.com. Watch all his content as well. He's a big content creator over there.
Damn right, yeah.
What's your favorite Steven Spielberg movie?
Probably Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I mean, Jaws is my favorite movie, but if you were to just ask me what is the best one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And we did a bit on it yesterday where Odie Henderson was saying like that, that is what a full feature film should be. I remember seeing that in the theater and coming home and talking to my mother for an hour about that movie, like telling her the whole thing. She must have wanted to put a shotgun in her mouth because I wouldn't shut up about that movie. But it's like, that's the movie you go to see and you're like, oh my God, this is what the movies are supposed to be. That was it.
Yeah, there's a picture of young Mike Dussault on Christmas where I got both the Well of the Souls play set as well as like a 6-inch Indiana Jones doll. And I was pretty fired up about it, playing with the belt, pretending the belt is the whip, that I was into all that.
All right. Well, it's good to know that you were cool. Mike Dussault, thank you so much. Read it and look at all the content at Patriots.com. Appreciate it, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So we will be back in just a moment. We are Toucher and Hardy. And do you want to hear from a person who's no longer a listener?
Sure.
Hey, John. Can I ask John a question? John, when you I don't know how many siblings you have, but when your father, like, he's older, yeah, so when he passes away, you stand to inherit a lot of this Manhattan property. Will you be leaving the show, or will you be willing to take a salary cut so Adam 12 can come back and maybe I could join the show too? Another thing too, Hardy, there's a Sirius XM studio in Las Vegas. It's like a glass studio. Have you ever had the
Yeah, I know it.
to go there?
I know a certain someone who broadcasts from there.
Oh, yeah.
There was an earthquake last week when he was on the air.
I got it confused with the Fremont iHeartRadio studio that like is on in Vegas too. So I called it that, and he took offense to it. He was like, "Nah, I'm inside the glass. Like, he's in a glass cage. You can walk by. Like, I'm blind, so I can't envision it, but you can actually walk by and see him inside there."
You can't even envision it? Like, you could see at one point, right?
Yeah, I could see, but I never saw what he looked like. I could know what Hardy looks like and John and you, but I don't know what he looks like.
Who's the most handsome blind Scott of the three of us?
Good question.
Well, you are, because you have the best facial bone structure, like in your face. Because Hardy looks like a pinhead, kind of. But I saw him before he got the hair transplant. You know what I'm saying? Now he's on TV. So when I first seen him, he had like a pinhead, like bald head, kind of, and a pointy nose. And I don't recall what John looks like too much, but like kind of like glasses, like thick glasses and like weird, like gray on the side of his head. You know what I mean? And,
yeah, like a bird.
I know what Nick looks like because, I've seen Nick. But, it's good to envision what people look. Oh, yeah, so like the DJ was playing a song earlier, the Blind Melon song. So I started emailing him. I was like, there was a woman on the cover of the Blind Melon cover. So then I looked it up. It was like a Blind Melon song from the 90s. I remember there was like a girl. She was on.
No Rain. She was in the Bumblebee outfit. Yes.
Yeah. So she was the drummer's daughter. Not daughter, the drummer's sister.
Okay.
She was in a play.
Blind Scott, we've gotten way down the rabbit hole. But that's the first time in my life anyone's ever told me I had good bone structure of the face. And I'm going to run with it.
How does he know again?
I don't know.
That's not what any of us or anything looks like.
I think that the blindness is degenerative. In some way. I think that he could see before. It wasn't an accident, I don't believe. But I do think that it was something that I don't think his vision maybe was ever good, but like it got progressively like worse. And now he is almost entirely blind, but he comes correct. Do you stand, John, to inherit a big Manhattan property when your dad passes?
I do not.
Does your dad own or rent?
He owns. He owns. It's not near Midtown, and it's. I don't stand to inherit it at the moment. His wife will get it, not me.
Well, what about when she dies? Is she younger?
Yes.
How much younger?
She is 11 years younger.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Yeah, so she's usually got forever either. But like, does she have kids?
No.
Oh, well, this is good news for you and your sister.
It would seem that way, but at the moment, it's going to be a little bit of a wait before we have that conversation.
Well, hopefully, absolutely.
Yes.
But you don't want anyone to die. But was your dad a wealthy man?
He did okay. He worked as a lawyer for Raytheon for many, many years.
Oh, one of those corporate types.
Yeah.
Really making the system that screws the little guy keep going. I get it. Otherwise known as the enemy.
Right.
I wonder how much interaction Blind Scott is getting with the show down the hall there. We know that he was going to follow Adam down there, and he was going to...
He hasn't been emailing very much.
Yeah, maybe he's really attached himself to that show.
He finds Adam to be a, what do you call it?
Advocate?
Advocate. Or like, but not only an advocate, but like there's like a friend. It's like another word for friend, like I'm blanking on the word, but an ally. He looks at Adam as an ally.
That's a big word for them. Yeah.
Because Blind Scott is, of course, trans and blind.
Yes.
A lot of people shocked when they see
them. I
Blind
mean,
Scott.
Adam 12 and Blind Scott. The two of them, they both like that word.
Oh, absolutely.
Ally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. You were making clear that you weren't calling transgender people them.
Oh, no, not calling one group of people them. No, I mean those two.
Those two, right?
Yes.
You got to make that very
Thank you.
clear. You would have
Sure.
been you would have been in deep yogurt there. Adam's not here to protect us anymore, but yes, Adam. He looks at Adam as like an ally, and I believe that's why he has focused all his attention almost. Well, he's on hold here a lot still. He's just not emailing as much, which is enjoyable.
On hold with us, listening to them.
Yeah, and then he bops around. He calls Vegas stations because they were playing No Rain. They were the one station.
It's funny though that he mentioned the Sirius XM studio in Las Vegas that I know Eddie Trunk, will go to, but for the most part, I don't know anyone who goes to a Sirius XM studio.
They don't do it from home.
Other than Howard.
Yeah.
No, Howard doesn't go to a Sirius XM studio. He does it from home.
Yeah.
Everybody does it from home.
Yeah.
They have these studios that are massive. The one in D.C. is the biggest radio complex I've ever seen. I've never seen the one in New York or L.A., but the one in D.C. is 2 or 3 floors, 70, 80 studios.
There's one in Miami, too. There's like a new one in Miami. There's, because Mad Dog does his show, I think, 90% of the time because they say from New Canaan. So I think he does his show from home 90% of the time. But he's alone. So if you were just doing it alone, what the hell difference does it make if you're there or not?
Yeah.
For Stern, it's a little prickly. We have a friend who showed us, who does work for the Stern show, who's very complimentary about Howard, so there's no big thing here, but it's shown us on days where no one's there, or even, I guess, maybe if they are there, what it looks like, and it is
when you're zooming into the show,
it is 2 full monitors of tiny Zoom faces, and there's levels of conversation going on. Like it has to be entirely. I've never seen radio done remotely this way, where it's like things are vetted and scripted, and then sent through through somebody into somebody into somebody, and vetted and this and that before they get to Howard. And it's just like the whole thing with radio is just, it's all open. It's all free and improvisational. Like it seems, it's cool that he had a writer all those years, and it certainly worked. But boy, oh boy, it's got to be tough to just be in a Zoom with 100 people.
Yeah.
Like literally 100 people. Just all, it's just a very odd way to run a radio show. But it was interesting. All right, Tom Karen said to join us. Also, we will talk more about this Knicks game. But first, is it Zolak or Steve Brule? Dr. Steve Brule, our favorite game. We will be back in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more.
Today, as mandatory minicamp continued, Christian Gonzalez, a full participant this time in what was basically a walkthrough. The team will be out there one final time this afternoon before everyone moves out for the World Cup. In other NFL news, Kansas City yesterday reworked Patrick Mahomes' contract. They added 2 years to make it worth over $500 million over the next 8 seasons. At Madison Square Garden last night, Knicks set a new NBA Finals record by coming back from down 29 points and beating San Antonio 107-106. OG Anunoby's tip-in with just over a second left put the Knicks ahead, and the Spurs didn't get a shot off in their final possession. Victor Wembanyama's team now trails 3-1.
I think it began before that. Can't really explain it right now. I don't know. I think it's just, execution. Greediness, some sort. We clearly weren't the most hungry in the second half.
Jalen Brunson scored 36 points. Anunoby added 33. Game 5 is on Saturday night down in Texas. Carolina hosts Las Vegas in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. That best of 7 even at 2 games apiece. Red Sox are swept by Tampa 7-5 at Tropicana Field. Their next game is at home tomorrow night against Texas. And the World Cup begins at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today in Mexico City. The host country plays South Africa. Later tonight, South Korea will play Czechia, and the U.S. opens up tomorrow night in Los Angeles against Paraguay. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the $14.99 Big Deal Meals at the 99, like the grilled chicken teriyaki. All Big Deal Meals are available all day, every day for just $14.99. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And I was thinking about, we're doing a segment about Scott Zolak, and Zolak texted me yesterday, and Dan Roach's social media accounts have been hacked. And not by anything terrible.
No, but he's not the only one.
Yeah, it says, I don't usually post things like this, but it's only fair to give credit to my coach. Yesterday, I made a withdrawal from my crypto profits. So it's a whole crypto thing. And then it shows that he bought a sweet car with his crypto products. He bought a Bentley, actually.
Yeah.
Dan. And no better way to achieve wealth and generational wealth than cryptocurrency. Unless you are, especially if you are somehow related to the president. But nonetheless, so Scott was sending that to me, and how did this happen to them? There was some kind of
there was a DM. I got one too. One of these DMs.
Yeah.
That from somebody that you know, asking for support on something, asking you to vote on something.
Yep.
And if you click on that, it's from Dan Roach. Hey, hope you're well. I'm currently standing for a small committee role that involves contributing to decisions and direction. It's gone to a public vote, so I'd appreciate your support if you're able. And then this weird link. And I guess if you click on that link, you're in trouble.
Yeah, so, and I bet you it's not only just clicking on the link, is that you have to put information in and stuff. Which Dan gladly did.
Anything to help a friend running for a committee position. Sounds important.
A committee position that I'm not telling you what it is, nor am I going to tell you these important things that we're voting on.
Also from somebody that would normally just text or call me, but they sent me a Twitter DM. Absolutely.
These things could easily be ignored, but instead he's like, yeah.
Happy to help.
Sure thing. What do you need from me, pal? So now he's in this crypto hell.
Yeah.
All right. But Scott did send those to me, and Scott's an interesting guy. Hardy, a big, I would say, go so far as to say viral moment was when you and I sat in at the beginning of the midday show when they were both going to be late, and you did your impression of Scott Zolak.
Yes.
A lot of people felt it was dead on, and it is dead on because you absorbed so much of him over the years that you were on the radio with him.
Yeah, and
a real frustration.
It's can I say love-hate?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. But the more time you spend with Zoe, and I'm not the only one who's picked up on this, the more you realize he starts to sound like other people. And there's one person in particular that we thought he really, really does sound like from time to time, and that is the John C. Reilly character known as Dr. Steve Brule.
Specialist.
Yes.
Okay, so can you give us an example of something Scott did? Just you do it. You as Scott. Something that you remember from the show where Scott was, it could be anything, acting very much like himself. There was the Honey Pot Hill situation, but I'm thinking more of a distracted Scott.
Okay, so here is
or throw up.
No, the throw up one when they were doing the $1 filet of fish sandwiches, and Zoe, we got delivered a bunch of them. Now Zoe was not feeling well that day, so he had thrown up on the way to work. This is something that he has done from time to time. He pulls over on the side of the road and has to throw up. He throws up more than any person over the age of 3 I've ever known in my life. It's vomit all the time with the vomiting. Okay, so we get delivered one of these sacks, like when you have like 4 value meals from McDonald's and they put it in that big bag, and it's just packed with filet of fish sandwiches. Zoe's already under the weather, but the filet of fish shows up and he can't help himself. So he eats a filet of fish sandwich. 5 minutes later, he's up. This is at the station in Brighton, goes to the bathroom and throws it up. What does he do? Comes back into the studio and eats another filet of fish sandwich. This repeats 3 times during the 4-hour show.
Oh, man.
So he ate 4 filet of fish sandwiches and threw up 4 times.
What did it sound like? Not the throw up, but like what was he saying when he was trying to go for like the second filet of fish after he had already thrown up?
I'm good. I'm hungry again. Oh,
but you threw up.
They're better when they cool down a little bit because the cheese kind of gets a little bit, a little harder and you get into it.
Wait, first of all, there's cheese on filet of fish sandwiches. It's
Apparently.
fish with cheese on it.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's really gross. All right. So anyway, so
that is I think that is the quintessential Zolak / Brule moment. That's something I would see Steve Brule doing. Oh, they're so good. I just got to keep eating them. Despite the fact that you almost immediately vomit it up and then you just eat another one.
Well, when he goes to the Marinara, otherwise known as the Marina, he goes to the seafood restaurant, but he sees that that seafood is too expensive. So luckily his brother works at a restaurant and told him about the dumpster outside. So he eats food from the dumpster, and he does get sick. In an
Bringo.
Yeah, when he opens up the dumpster, that's what he says. He goes, Bringo.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, he goes to the Marinara.
But lest you think we're pushing this, let's give you an example. Let's give you 2 examples here of Steve Brule swapped out with Scott Zolak, and Scott Zolak swapped out with Steve Brule. First, from the Zolak and Bertrand show, this is Bertrand and Brule.
If Mexico wins and scores 4 or fewer runs, Team USA is eliminated.
I know.
Okay. A Mexico win while scoring 5 or more runs ensures the USA will go forward. That's how I'm reading it.
Oh, I got you.
But here are the tiebreakers, which are absolutely nuts. Fewest runs allowed divided by the number of defensive outs recorded between the teams that are tied.
Who even cares about this stupid show?
The second one is...
I don't care.
The second one is...
Want to smell my finger?
Wait, one more time?
So it's like my rear.
Oh. Milliken would throw up if you heard that. Yeah.
Okay, so there is.
Yeah, I mean, that's
close.
Not.
But what about? I mean, would Zoe fit in perfectly as Dr. Steve Brule on the Dr. Steve Brule show? Again, the brilliant John C. Reilly character. Could you just put Zolak in and have him speak when Dr. Steve Brule would speak?
Let me ask you some questions, okay? And see if you're depressed.
Why? Look at that, though. We got a nice stretch of sun.
Okay.
This is on the segment called Doctor to Doctor.
Right.
Okay.
You consider yourself a sad person.
That sucks. Monday comes, like, sucks. Start looking at your map at what time? 5:36? Oh.
And maybe lost interest in things you used to enjoy doing?
Yeah, take Lionel Richie away from the Commodores. They weren't the same. Yeah.
And what about libido? Is your libido diminished at all?
I've got a pillow over my head. I'm going to go down and get some laundry out of wash, and there's certain pairs of underwear you don't want to find with some locks and belts attached to it.
If a patient was telling me that, I'd say
What do you
there's
do? Sexual freaks.
showing some signs of depression, lack of energy.
It's not even worth getting your car washed. I haven't washed a car in like 5 months.
But, there's hope for it. It's very important that you realize that if you're depressed, you can go on medication, you can see a therapist, that this is
It's
not...
like seeing Bon Jovi without John Bon Jovi. That's some guy faking his
Doctor, this is not something that you should feel...
The Pineda Kid, he's good. He's good. But he's not Steve Perry.
So there you go.
They do fit in with one another very, very well.
Interchangeably.
Show ponies!
Hot dogs, corn dogs.
Hey, what's going on? It's Zoe.
I guess Cynthia Dangus.
I had so much done, like, in life, and you weren't even born yet.
So this is where I'm going to read to you a statement that was either uttered by Dr. Steve Brule or Scott Zolak. You have to decide whether it is Zolak or Brule.
Okay, John, you're gonna have to play this because I'm gonna know all the Brule ones.
All right.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So again, just the statement read aloud.
Sure.
Just Scott Zolak or Steve Brule. You ready?
Yep.
Latch on to the nipple and don't let go. Just give them the nipple. Is that Zolak or Brule?
I'll say Zolak.
Oh, John. I don't know. Here we go.
What context is that in?
They latch to the nipple. And sometimes that becomes a tough thing to do for a couple days. Or the nipple that you need, boy. Latch on and just don't let go. Our daughter had a problem with her throat. And she was on Alimentum. And she just kept, like, violently vomiting. Just annoyance about her. And he would always just tell us to give her the nipple.
So there you go. Very
All
good,
right.
John. You're 1 for 1.
Okay.
Like taking candy from a baby. Give me the candy, baby. Then they cry.
That's Steve Brule.
Oh, John.
Oh, that's not Steve Brule.
That's like taking candy from a baby, you know? Give me the candy, baby. Baby's going to give me the candy and cry.
Okay.
Do you know the context of that?
No.
Does he need to have one?
How many times during that show did he say something that, like, how many times a week did he say something, like, that was so out of nowhere?
Every day. Every single day.
Now, would you guys just barrel through?
Yes.
Or would
You're how Bertrand treats him.
Seriously, but Mark's still doing it today. Doesn't matter.
Well,
Mark just keeps going.
Just keep going.
Just knowing Hardy's personality, if someone throws a non sequitur, he could really latch on to that.
Well, I can imagine Hardy's head exploding 5 days a week trying to put this in context.
All depends on how a foul eye wanted to run a Beetle that day. Because if you indulge it, then it's gone, and you've lost this segment.
Okay.
Okay. How about this one, John? Don't let turkeys get you down. You have to fly like an eagle. Don't be a turkey.
Steve Brule.
Very, very good.
Don't let the turkeys get you down. You gotta fly like an eagle, not be like a turkey.
The strange episode that everyone thought was the last episode, but they did one more season where Steve is very depressed, goes to the ice cream truck and sees himself playing saxophone on the street. And gets some advice from himself as a saxophone player on the street. I thought that was going to be the last episode ever, but they came back for one more season.
They got kind of meta. All this talk about chips is making me hungry. Give me some chips.
Oh, that's Zolak. No?
That's Steve Brule.
Oh, wow.
Well, all this talk about chips is making me hungry. Dang, give me some chips.
I think they were talking about computers. In that one.
You can understand my mistake. That very much sounds like something Zoe would say.
It's not supposed to be an easy contest.
It isn't
Jonathan.
so
it's supposed
far.
to be a little difficult.
2 and 2 so far.
I'd like to thank Nicholas for this one, which is labeled Mercury, Murcury.
That was my fault.
Oh, that's look at
Look at Ryan being a leader.
Huh.
You ever eat mercury? They tell you don't do it, but you break the thermometer. Doesn't do anything to you.
Well,
That could be either one.
That's the point of the
I will
exercise, Jonathan.
I will say, I want it to be Zolak, but I will say Steve Brule.
that's Zolak.
That is Scott Zolak, 100%.
That's
You ever eat
Scott
mercury?
Zolak.
They tell you don't do it, but just like ate it. Broke a thermometer. Didn't do anything to you.
Because we all had that happen, multiple times, well into adulthood. You put the thermometer under your tongue,
Right.
and then you start chomping down on it, and you just eat it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, or something breaks, and then the little pebbles like fall out, because mercury turns into that like metal.
Yeah.
And then you got to lick it up.
Sure.
I mean, if something falls out of something, it has to be consumed through your mouth. I mean, everyone knows that.
You ever eat mercury? They tell you don't do it, but just like ate it. Broke a thermometer. Didn't do anything to you.
Just eat the mercury, you turkey. You're not going to get into space. You're not going to get on a space shuttle. Just eat mercury. It's in a thermometer, and that's from space.
All right, John, you got to get off the schneid here.
Yeah.
Do monkeys have ribs? They're so smart, but they have diapers on. You can't teach. Start over. Do monkeys have ribs? They're so smart, but they have diapers on. You can't teach them to crap on the toilet.
I'll say Steve Brule.
That is not. That's Scott.
Oh, my God.
Steve Brule would never go into that kind of detail.
Oh.
You ever wish you were a monkey yourself?
Did the monkeys have ribs?
What's his deal with the mic? It's really so.
What?
The
monkeys have ribs? Hold on, I got to think about this. What do I... If I were a monkey, would I still have ribs? I got to have ribs. I don't know. Stupid thing. Get here and fix it. Where's Knudsen? Oh, that was boat. Stupid boat. Sup, Milliken? That's not him. He left. He's doing his popcast. Baseball. Loser.
You ever wish you were a monkey yourself?
Did the monkeys have ribs? They're less ribs? No. Why'd you ask that?
Maybe reincarnation, that you come back as a monkey in your next
They're
life.
so smart, but yet they have to have diapers on. You can't teach them to crap on the toilet?
Can't see scrap on the toilet. Monkey's never going to be a doctor.
Come on, John. Bring it
All
on
right.
here. Two
All
more.
right. Two more. All right.
What are you going to do if you get ants in your ice cream? You're going to eat the ants because they're made of protein.
Steve Brule.
That is Steve Brule.
What the heck are you going to do if you're on a picnic and having ice cream and the ants crawl on the ice cream? What are you going to do? You're going to eat the ants because it's made out of protein.
You dummy.
All right, final one. See if you can end on a winner here, John. Everything gives you cancer.
That's Zolak.
Very well done.
Lunchables cancer thing, wasn't there?
Everything gives you cancer.
Lunchables were, man.
I like the pizza ones.
There you go.
There you go. There should really be a warning on the Lunchables because that's what's going to kill you.
Unicorns, show ponies. Hot dogs, corn dogs.
Hey, what's going on? It's Zoe.
I guess simply a dangus.
Oh, he called into the National?
Yeah, Andy, loosely. Yes, it is available to everyone. Yeah, Andy's on for like 6 hours on Saturdays on the Mad Dog channel, and he had Scott on. They were talking about the Lomu, I believe. That was what they were discussing. All right, we will be back in just a moment. Our friend Tom Karen comes on the show.
Unlike Toucher and Hardy will be right back on the Sports Hub.
All right, you're in. are Toucher and Hardy. And yesterday I watched a lot of the Red Sox game. I was a very good sports person. And then in satellite radio, they have all the teams. It's kind of cool. They have all the teams in their play-by-play, like by the team.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I have the Cardinals as my favorite. But I hit the Cardinals, and the team right next to the Cardinals was Tampa Bay. So when I was in the car, I heard the Tampa Bay call of the 8th and 9th inning, and they were not too big on the relievers. Tampa Bay was rolling out there yesterday. Tom Caron is the studio host and broadcaster announcer for NESN. He's the studio host and broadcast announcer for NESN. Tom Caron, hello, sir.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
We are doing well. A bit of a historical day at the Trop yesterday. Hooray.
That was the beauty of baseball. You never know what you're going to see, and you could have been watching this game for the last 100 years, and you've never seen the first three batters strike out each of their first three plate appearances. But we got to see that yesterday.
Yeah, and you'll always remember where you were when you saw this first three batters in the lineup strike out in their first three plate appearances.
At least, if nothing else, Tom, it's content for the post game, right?
It did give us something to talk about. The top six hitters in the lineup over the three games against Tampa Bay hit a combined 119 with a 179 slugging percentage. They struck out 22 times while getting 8 hits and 2 walks. That's 2/3 of your lineup. I've been doing this forever. I've never seen a lineup, and there's a lot of reasons why. Obviously, they've tried to do what they can to give Chad Tracy credit. You know, he tried to ride Mickey Gasper for a couple of weeks, and Nick Sogard, who's on the IL now. But I mean, these are good complementary players. They're not guys who should be batting second or fifth or sixth in a lineup. And that's where you are. And, you know, I mean, their offense is down since they fired Alex Cora. They're scoring fewer runs a game than they were before they fired him. So I don't know how you get out of this, because there's nobody, you know, sitting in a stall in that clubhouse who's going to come out here and turn this around.
The other part of this is there seems to be a disconnect on injuries. I mean, I saw a report from Tim Healy yesterday where he spoke to Garrett Crochet, and Crochet said there had been a setback. His lat injury is worse than originally thought. He's not coming back anytime soon, so then the prudent thing to do is to go to Craig Breslow and get a quote from him, and Breslow's like, I'm not aware of that. We're just going to try and get him to play catch on Thursday. It just seems that, you know, from the roster construction to the manager to the fundamentals and inability, I've never seen this team so disconnected, and I, like you, sat through the Bobby Valentine year as well.
And I thought we would, you know, we had, there were 11 games under 500 the other day for the first time since the COVID year. And now you start talking about, you know, you start comparing this season to 2020 and to 2012 under Bobby Valentine, and you thought you'd never have to revisit those seasons. Yeah, that's the second, at least seeming disagreement on an injury to a major player, right? The Anthony thing, where, again, it might be semantics that a strain is a partial tear, whatever the case, but it certainly seemed like Roman Anthony was going out of his way to make it clear he didn't agree with what was being said about his wrist and his ligament and his finger. And then yesterday, when you get, Crochet saying a lot worse than what we thought. No idea when he's going to throw. And then Breslow telling Chris Smith, good progress, nothing new. Tracy afterwards, we're good with him progressing. We'll get him tested in a couple of days. That's a major, you know, I said this when they first talked about Anthony, and there was kind of a quick push to get everybody thinking this would be really short. Remember that? Maybe we won't even put him on the IL. And I just don't ever understand why you would ever sort of set an unrealistic expectation on a guy's return, because there's nothing good comes to that. If he comes back in those 10 days, then okay, fine. But if he doesn't, now you're going to create a situation like this, or you're going to have fans saying the player's soft because he didn't get back in time. They got to clean that up, because that is, you fool me once, blame on you, twice blame me, whatever it is. It's just you can't have players sort of walking around contradicting what you are saying about an injury. It's not a good look.
Okay, so I don't know anything, but I had someone tell me, and so you would know, you would know more than them, that the team is a little annoyed with Roman Anthony, and maybe think that he could be pushing things a little bit more than he is, which surprised me.
Organization or players?
The organization.
Yeah. I don't know that, but I've gotten that vibe. I have. They progressed him to the point of, facing soft toss, whatever it was, and they had to shut it down. And I think, again, they seemed to believe that would just be a few days before he got it going again. And now he's, again, hasn't been even swinging a bat for dry swing since then. So, yeah, I think, their expectation, and again, John, you start talking about comparing things. I covered J.D. Drew, and J.D. Drew was a guy that, you were always frustrated with because you thought he was good enough to play, but J.D. Drew is a guy, again, I'm careful in baseball. Some guys, you think they're soft, and it might not be that they're soft. It's just that if they feel discomfort, they don't think they can play to their potential. The guys like Johnny Damon who would play with one leg if the other leg was fractured in three places. So
I get that with pitchers.
I don't know Roman Anthony well enough to know what his mindset is, but I think you're right. I think they believe he should be progressing quicker than he is.
It's Tom. I get the thing with pitchers. Like if you're a pitcher and you feel discomfort, that could be your career. Your body, you are going to hurt your arm, like you are, and it's just a matter of trying to mitigate that and hold it off for as long as possible. And no one really knows how to do that. They have ideas, but no one's definitively knows how to do that. With positional players, it seems like a little different, at least to me.
The only thing about hands and wrists for hitters is there weird thing. Remember Devers had a wrist thing for a long time, and it would always get worse when he checked a swing. It was on a weird ending to a swing, or if he fouled off a certain way, it'd mess up his wrist. So some guys just, it's all the progression. And I think in Roman Anthony's case, he felt something, in a very controlled environment, not even facing a fastball. If you feel that, you're not going to be able to go up against a guy throwing 97. I think that's his mindset.
Okay. You talk about Breslow, and there was a rumor that Carabas said that he heard that Breslow might get fired, and then the team said that's absolutely not happening. And they still say they want a right-handed bat. When is the right-handed bat stuff going to stop? And they're going to go, we're not a right-handed bat away from anything.
Listen, because of a schedule quirk, I ended up in New York sidelines on Friday. They won that game 5-3, a couple home runs. And I remember coming home thinking, all right, this could be the road trip where things turn. Instead, might be the road trip where the reality set in. The whole illusion of contention in the wild card race. They're 5.5 now. It's not 2.5 or 3 like we were saying a week ago. 5.5 with everybody ahead of you except the Angels. So you got to leapfrog everybody.
And
so you pulling out
can only get the third wild card. That has to be, every team in the AL. If you say 5.5 is not that far away, well, every team in the AL is in that boat, and you're only really competing for the third wild card spot because you're never catching the first wild card spot, and the chances of getting the second wild card spot are really, really small too, because that's when it gets.
That's a good point, because you talk about the 5.5, and it's 8 to the second wild card.
Right, which is
and whatever it is. So it's 16 to the first. Yeah, whatever that is.
Right.
So, yeah, you're one of 12 teams trying to get one playoff spot, and you're behind them all. And so the reality, and so you start thinking yesterday, somebody said at this point it'll be criminal if Aroldis Chapman is on this team in August. That's a guy who's, you got to, we were talking about a right-handed bat a week ago. I don't know how you're not now thinking about who you trade off and what you get for them. And again, I've said this a million times this season. You are a good 10-day stretch away from changing that narrative, but we haven't had a good 10-day stretch yet this season. And we've played 65 games. So, there hasn't been one. There hasn't been a really good 10-game stretch yet this season. I think they've had a couple 6-4 runs. You haven't had a 7-3 yet, and you need 2 of those to even start moving back in the right direction.
Well, you need like a.
To your right-handed bat, I don't. Are you going to mortgage your future, take a bad contract, do all that right now? I don't see how you do that.
Yeah, you need like a 12, 15 game road trip in order to have a good 10-game stretch for the Red Sox right now.
I guess you can't win at home.
That's right. So it's never going to happen in Fenway.
Incredible thing.
Yeah.
Right. And they've got a big stretch of home coming up, and they got the West Coast. I mean, they got 4 with the Yankees at Fenway on the next homestand, not this coming one. It's just nothing right. And, but it's you got over a month till the trade deadline, right? So nothing's going to happen. The right-hand bat stuff I think was real and probably still is real, but every day goes by, you're less likely to add to this team.
Yeah, the Chapman, conversation is an obvious one, but the one that's getting a lot of noise is front office stuff before the trade deadline. What do you think could or might happen regarding certain positions there, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, because the thing you talked about, are they going to fire Breslow? Like, I don't, what would changing the general manager or the president of baseball operations, what would that change right now, right? It wouldn't change much. A new guy can't come in and make 7 trades and make this team, a different team. You can't do that midstream. But if you are deciding that you're going to change direction there, are you going to let a guy you're no longer enamored with make your decisions at the trade deadline? Now, you go back to 2019, and it was around that time when they decided they were going to move. I don't know if they decided they were going to move on from Dombrowski, but they clipped his wings at the trade deadline. They didn't make any moves that year, after winning the championship in 18. He wanted to go out and add to that team. They didn't let him. So you don't necessarily have to make a move if you're making the move. You don't have to do it before the trade deadline because you can just tell the guy what he can and can't do if that's where you are. And with the lockout looming, I think that does change some of the normal timeline for some of these decisions. So I don't know that if Craig Breslow is still the chief baseball officer on August 4th, I don't know if that means he survived the whole thing because he got through the trade deadline because – again, ownership, and we heard reports this week that ownership was involved in conversations about looking for a right-handed bat. So I think you can still manage what a baseball executive does, even if you keep him in office. So I don't see any reason to do it sooner rather than later. But the way they're playing, maybe you do that as a public relations move and just to make a statement. I don't know.
Tom, by all accounts, this driveline way of doing things offensively has really blown up in their faces. But this is only the first year that they've kind of implemented all of this. How stubborn do you think the guys in charge will be to continue this despite the empirical data that says it is a colossal failure?
Yeah, it's a really good question, John. The thing about driveline, and we use it right now as sort of the term to encompass all that is evil with the Red Sox, right? And that's not fair. But I do think you're getting this. You get more and more stories and information that it's kind of a one way for everyone, and that doesn't work. There isn't one way to do it. And you watch Tampa Bay, right? And the one thing that I came away with this series and last time I watched them play the Red Sox, Tampa Bay's always kind of been on the cutting edge of analytics. They've had to maximize their small budget and their small market and no attendance. And you watch them now, and their cutting-edge theories have come full circle. They bunt. They move a guy along. They steal bases. Like, they're doing old-school baseball things. And, talking to Tampa Bay people, you hear them talk about how they're pushing game planning, game awareness. In other words,
baseball.
In other words, playing to win.
Wow.
Baseball.
Yeah, they're learning how to play baseball.
Doing what your eyes tell you.
That.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So what I do think driveline does is develop young hitters. I think it's good at that. I think it's turned a lot of, it increases bat speed. It does a lot of good things. What it doesn't do is turn these guys into players who have good game situational awareness. And I think that's the failure of this organization right now at the major league level. You need players who are better equipped to do the little things necessary to win a baseball game, not to improve their individual skills. And they've got to figure that out.
Right. What's interesting the most to me about the driveline thing, whatever its role is that there's this institutional arrogance about that it is the right way.
That's why people are taking great joy at piling on right now.
But what's funny is if they keep insisting that, because you'll go, well, your offense is horrible, and that's maybe theoretically this is all working out, but in practice, This is the team that you've assembled and the way that you've decided to do things, and it's decidedly not working. It's not like you're scoring 10 runs a game but giving up 15. Your pitching's been okay. You have no offense. It's not working.
That's right.
You do
that's
something
right.
else.
And I think that was a big, I don't know about a big part, but obviously it was a factor in firing the coaches and Cora. And, I think the belief was, all right, we're going to go all in on this theory and make sure there's no hesitancy at the major league level from the coaches or the manager to implement it in the middle of a game. And it's still not working. Like I said, they're scoring fewer runs than they were. Now they don't have Anthony, they don't have Story. The two of the guys who are supposed to be better hitters in this lineup. But I think there's no doubt that you watch. Yesterday, I mean, Rasmussen is a good pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a great pitcher, even though the numbers are really good, but he's not a guy who strikes out 13 in a game. I think his career high was 9. I think he struck out a side once in his career, and that was 4 or 5 years ago, and he did it 3 times yesterday. And so you're just expanding, and they look lost at the plate right now. And the toughest part is I just don't see an easy or quick way out of this.
No, it's something else. It's not a good.
But you'll
team.
see history. But you get to see history once in a while.
Baby, I saw it with my own eyes. I was a little upset when the no-hitter got broken up a little earlier than I thought. But what were you going to do? Tom Karen, watch him on Nesson. He's the best. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we appreciate it. We'll be right back. Here are the headlines. So, no.
Toucher and Hardy.
No.
On the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. And, we've found out that Nick gets up in the middle of the night. He doesn't even get up. He sleepwalks in the middle of the night and he eats downstairs and then he gets back up into bed. We talked to his wife, Brittany, yesterday, and she was talking about how none of them have ever been concerned about this. How it just seems like a fun thing that happens that Nick, goes and nocturnally does things that he doesn't remember in the morning.
It's just quirky.
Yeah. You'll never have an alibi for a murder because you'll just go, you have a history of not remembering things. But Nick, just to his credit, sent us pictures from his wife, Brittany, that she sent from last evening. Now, Nick, I need you on a microphone. Nick, it looks to me, your wife, Brittany, says last night's feast, and she calls you Bubba.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
And then it looks like a used rubber, so I was like, oh, Nicholas, getting fresh and still wearing rubbers now that he has 2 kids. But it wasn't. That looks like a string cheese wrapper, and you had at hot dog buns as well, correct?
I had 1 hot dog bun and two things of string cheese.
Okay, so you had 1 hot dog bun. And now, do you ever eat hot dog buns when you're not asleep?
Well, he would microwave the hot dog bun.
I have in the past.
You said as a kid, though. Like, do you
But recently,
now as an adult?
I think in the last month, I think there wasn't a lot of things in the house, and I was like, I'm really, really hungry, so I'll just pop.
You're like my dad. If like the rare occasions my mom would be out of town, my dad would just open up the refrigerator and eat raw hot dogs. He would just pick up a thing of like liverwurst, like it's in that like a smoked sausage kind of thing. And he would just like gnaw it in front of the refrigerator.
Oh man.
Yeah, he was super gross.
Man.
But so you did it again last night. Does she tell you how long you were awake for, or how long you were sleepwalking for?
No, she was asleep.
Okay,
she was asleep. This was around. I don't even. I think she went to bed around 11, so it was after 11.
On Amazon, and this would just be for you. I don't even have to see it. On Amazon, they sell really cheap cameras that like blink cameras that they can be activated by motion. I think they're like literally like $40. They can be activated by motion, and it would at least let you see what you're doing. That's never even been a curiosity of yours, to see what it looks like while you, yourself, the only you in the world, is walking around doing things you don't know that you're doing.
I thought it was just a thing I did, and I didn't think it was a big deal.
Well, do you have any curiosity? Well, it's not like, a nuclear war.
Right.
But I mean, it's as far as things that could be happening to you as an individual, I would find it a little concerning.
Yes, it has me.
But beyond being concerned, being curious, like, don't you want to see yourself doing it?
I don't want to be doing it anymore.
Okay, I know, Nick, but you are doing it. So don't you at least want to see what you're doing?
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How many years have you been doing this?
For a while, yeah.
Years.
For years, yeah.
Okay, forget it, man. You're so lucky. You're so lucky to have that brain, because I would be out of my mind worried. I would be fixated on it, and then I would want to know what the hell I was doing. I would have had 17 cameras in there.
If you want me to go buy one of those cameras,
no,
that's not the point.
He wants to. He wants
not the point.
He wants to be you. He wants to be so carefree and blissfully
ignorant.
I would say accepting of himself, that he could treat this the way you're treating this. Like he could treat everything in his life the way you're treating this.
Yeah, it's just there's not even like that little bit of curiosity. It's just like I'm getting up and eating. Sure. Doesn't hurt.
There were I can't tell. It's like one of those online optical illusions. I can't tell if there are 3 or 4 buns left in the package. Do you know how many there were before you went to bed last night?
That was a new pack. We bought it 2 days ago. I think there was an 8-pack of hot dog buns. There might be 5.
So you ate 3 last night.
No, and I did. I think I ate 1, maybe 2, but I think it's 1.
All right. Well, it seems.
And the string cheese, which you apparently ate on the couch. Because the wrapper is underneath the couch.
it, yes.
I slept on the couch for a couple of hours. My hip is, for some weird reason, is killing me. So I couldn't really
Perhaps maybe you hit it on something when you were walking around without remembering.
That's right. Trying to negotiate the stairs. Maybe you fell on it.
That's actually a great point. It could be.
Okay. Have you ever woken up with like a stubbed toe or like a small scratch or cut that you didn't remember?
No.
Okay. Have you ever woken up? Well, you've obviously woken up with like a pain that you don't know how you got the pain.
Yeah, but I just assume it was just the way I was sleeping.
It's from jujitsu, when your jujitsu training.
It was Muay Thai.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, very good. All right, Nick. Well, we look forward to it. You mailed out the fart monitor with Alpha, I
did
assume?
yesterday, so he should be getting that soon.
And a happy coincidence with the new Thuppet video out there relating to this very subject.
Would you like to make the announcement now, or should we wait until we get back?
Yeah, we can do it afterward.
All right. We'll be right back.
You're listening.
Sports Hub headlines.
Day 2 of Patriots mandatory minicamp was a glorified walkthrough in Foxborough. Harold Landry, Morgan Moses, an unsigned second-round draft pick, Gabe Akis, once again missing. Kristen Gonzalez, a full participant, apparently because the tempo to the workout wasn't very high. The third and final day of mandatory minicamp is today. Mike Vrabel also told the media yesterday the team is not looking at bringing back Stephon Diggs right now. Kansas City yesterday signed Patrick Mahomes to a rework contract. It'll make his deal worth over $500 million over the next 8 seasons. At the NBA Finals, San Antonio led by 29 points in the first half and lost. The Knicks produced the biggest comeback in finals history to win 107-106. They lead 3-1. O.J. Anunoby's tip-in of a Jalen Brunson miss with a second left was the difference. Game 5 is in San Antonio Saturday night. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals is tonight. Carolina will host Las Vegas, series even at 2 games apiece. Tampa Bay swept the Red Sox 7-5 at Tropicana Field. Sox play Texas at Fenway Park tomorrow night. And the World Cup begins at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today in Mexico City. The host country will play South Africa. Later tonight, it's South Korea against Czechia. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. With over 70 trucks on the road, because your clogged drain is their emergency, go to johnsewer.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
This is what happens when analysts take over the games, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub. When it comes to the show, Hardy thinks the same way you do.
Nothing happened.
He's got the same questions.
Where is the story?
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
I got sold out. I got sold out. Da, da, da. We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. The new Thuppets video is up. It's up on, I don't know if it's up at Toucher and Hardy yet. It's up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Instagram. It's up on at Fred Toucher. The Thuppets video. Is Hardy collaborating on it yet? He is. At Hardy90. So at Fred Toucher. Everyone go to at Fred Toucher to see the new Thuppets video.
At Hardy985.
At Fred Toucher. Go ahead, Nick.
At Toucher and Hardy.
Okay, good. At Toucher and Hardy, that is up there. I believe the station has all the rights to that one. So there you go. There's a gift from us to you. Enjoy. This one should do well. It's Nicholas. At the time that we found out that for years Nicholas has been sleepwalk eating twice a week.
Twice a week.
Like for every week, twice a week. And we just got pictures of him doing it last night.
Yeah, we got pictures of the remnants. Well, yeah. I mean, that is the holy grail, the footage of him actually sleep eating. So this is just, and call it a recreation.
If just real quick, and this is the only aspect of it I want to explore with you. If you knew you were doing that, take away everything else. Wouldn't you at least want to see what it looks like when you do it?
Yeah, I would have a curiosity about that. But before I went on Amazon to order the camera, before I did any of this, after I did it, maybe the second time, especially within a week's time, I would be on the phone to my doctor.
Yeah, you'd get a Whoop to see how you slept.
No, I would not
see
get
how
a Whoop.
It's affecting your sleep. You'd have to get a Whoop.
I would speak with a physician about this.
Yeah, you'd have to get a Whoop probably, which is like a physician on your arm. The Whoop.
What did it tell you about your sleep last night? Your Whoop.
Okay, I'll tell you what it said. It said, the Whoop said, first of all, it said, "Hey, buddy," and I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And it's like, "I'm whooping."
Whoop want to what, Fred? What do you want to
It
whoop?
says I got 5 hours and 21 minutes of sleep.
That's pretty good.
2 hours and 48 of it were light. I was awake for 50 minutes. I was in deep sleep for 56 minutes and in REM sleep for an hour and 37. And it says my recovery is 26% because my resting heart rate was elevated and my heart rate variability, which they're very big on, was down. So it says that I've been under a little bit of stress.
Oh.
But
So-
that's what the Whoop is seeing, that I am under this stress.
So that's just a quick lookup of the deep sleep breakdown. I thought that sounded like really low. 56 minutes of deep sleep. Adults typically need about 1.5 to 2 hours of deep sleep per night. So it's not like, you should be getting 4 hours, you only
Right.
got an hour. An hour and a half
Okay,
and you're getting about an hour. It's
I
not
will give
bad.
you an example of a nap, just because I think you particularly, or John particularly, would find this interesting. So let's go to Tuesday. I slept for 5 hours and 40 minutes. Again, an hour of deep sleep, hour and 15 of REM. You want to hear my nap?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Look at my body when I nap.
I would like to.
I can put a camera in for you,
Yes,
buddy.
he is.
I slept for an hour and 17 minutes. 49 of them were deep.
Oh.
That tells me you may have been overtired when you took that nap.
Yes. So my naps tend to be entirely deep sleep. Like from the minute I close my eyes, I am in a deep restorative sleep. And then 9 of it was REM sleep. So there was only 19 minutes of light sleep, and I was only awake for a minute. So my naps are like
You're passing
full on.
out.
Yes, I'm passing out at these naps. They're basically just I'm comatose.
I mean, I'm glad you're catching up on your deep sleep, but I don't think that's right.
Well, it's just what the schedule. I mean, you have a sleep
I don't think it's
debt.
good.
No, it's not good, but it's better than the alternative. Like if you have a sleep debt, you can chip away at it by taking a nap. Now, look, in an hour doesn't screw me up at night, but like an hour nap, yeah, I'm exhausted. When we're done with this, and by the time I get home and get into bed, it's obviously, and that's every single time. It's all deep sleep. Is because when I go and I shut my eyes and I'm in bed, I'm exhausted. And it's like, there's no one there. There's no one around. It's just like
There's no pressure. There's nothing. I have to get to bed now, or I'm not going to get enough sleep.
Yeah, there's not
Right.
that pressure of like, oh, it's going to be 2 a.m. and I'm going to be up and I can't call in sick because this. It's like
Right.
that. It's like, yeah. And you do it too.
Yep.
All of us do it.
Yeah.
You're up at 3 a.m. and then you're doing the math of when the last time you took a sick day because like you don't feel well and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just nonsense. It's no way to live. And apparently it's very bad for you. The Whoop is constantly on my ass. You want to know when the Whoop says I should go to bed tonight?
5:30.
Tells you right now.
Yeah. The Whoop says I should go to bed at 6:39 this evening.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can do that, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? There's only 2 hours of daylight left. I'll just knock it off right at 6:30. Says recommended time, go to bed at 6:30 and get up at 5. It says I need 11 hours of sleep.
See, I didn't think you could catch up on sleep like that. I didn't think that was a thing. Like if you're sleep deprived, going to bed for 11, 12 hours is not really restorative or beneficial.
I think that the most important thing is to have like a schedule and get a certain amount every night. And I think
Yeah.
that's the way they all want you to do it. But when you're tackling like a debt of sleep, you need to. And what's great about doing morning radio is that every year goes by, they keep telling you how much more important sleep is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, the whole thing was like, winners don't sleep and sleep is for losers.
Sleep when I'm dead.
Exactly. Like Trump is still that way. Like he believes that the body has a specific amount of energy and that you are to use it. It is to be used, like, and that sleep is not a factor in it. That's why he's always firing stuff off in the middle of the night. Like human beings are, and he's been given this like tremendous amount of basically like fuel from the day you're born, and it gets lower, a little bit lower every day, but he's just got like a ton of it. And that sleep is not like a factor in any of that.
But if you're up at all hours, then you're using that energy. If it's a finite amount of energy, then
I can do a deeper dive
and you're
into
not
it.
using it while you're sleeping. If you want to live longer, then you should sleep more.
No, I don't think it's about living longer. I think it's about like getting things done.
Like you could die with energy in reserve.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. It's not a
All
life
right.
force. It's just your amount of energy. All right. Okay. All right. One of my grandfathers.
Okay, Donald Trump views sleep as a sign of weakness and a waste of time. He's often stated that he needs to stay awake to know what's going on. Yeah, so that's what he thinks.
I had a grandfather who was convinced that you only had so many heartbeats in your life, and he was not going to waste any of them by elevating his heart rate through exercise. So that's why he refused.
That almost seems like you're willing it into existence.
I wonder how he...
Science.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
He read that somewhere.
Well, he was a tool and die guy. He knew his way around a shop. You know, he could build anything. So, sure.
John, go ahead.
Ready, baby.
What up, Johnny?
I just wanted to clarify. Yesterday, you guys were talking about the Mark McGrath Feast of the Blessed Sacrament. So here's the deal. The Feast of the Blessed Sacrament is the largest ethnic festival on planet Earth. We sell 500 kegs of Anheuser-Busch Budweiser. We sell 5,000 pounds of meat, and we have over 150,000 people in 4 days. And Mark McGrath is probably going to make between $35,000 and $45,000 for a set. So it's not a St. Anthony's local feast. It's a massive, massive, massive production.
Yeah, I don't doubt the relevance of the feast. My only thing with being the band that plays it is that people aren't there to see you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, no, Fred. On the contrary, brother. We've had Jefferson Starship. We've had Three Dog Night. We've had all these, 80s relic bands and people. And I'm telling you right now, Eddie Trunk's crowd comes in droves. They come in buffalo.
He knows what to get you going,
John,
with.
I you know what? I know you're right on that. All right, John.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Well, that's why the Sugar Ray are playing that feast. There you go.
Well, people are coming anyway, but there are some people who are coming just for Sugar Ray.
Again, that Thuppets video is now up at Toucher and Hardy, at Hardy985, and at Fred Toucher. All right, so the Knicks yesterday with a historic comeback. You know, none of the three of us stayed awake. I had a feeling San Antonio might blow it, like just an inclination, because by the time I went to sleep, it was in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks were kind of taking the lead back in chunks.
Yeah, you stayed up longer than John and I both did, but John and I both got up early this morning to watch the second half, knowing full well no team had come from down 24 points in a final game, and they were down 29.
Real quick, did you guys know the score before you started watching it this morning?
I did.
Okay, so what's the point of watching?
No, I did not know.
Okay, so you did not.
No. I avoid.
Okay.
I don't even look at my phone when I get up. I get everything I need to do to get up, and I'm very careful about turning on the TV, about not looking at the bottom of the screen. I go straight to the save because otherwise I don't care. I really don't care. So
I find it like a complete waste of time because you already know what's going on, and it's just filler to an end that you know. Like, so it can be described to you by an analyst why it happened. It's just like kind of a waste of time if you already know the outcome.
I don't want to know what an analyst thinks. I want to know what I think without any.
No, I'm saying the way you do it is the way to do it.
Yes.
The way John does it is, I find, of no use. Like, I've done it with football games a million times.
Oh,
and it's like, what am I doing? Like, oh wow, they ran up the middle 3 times. Like, it's just like, I know how they win. I know what goes on.
I've never watched the Super Bowl from Houston when they came back and beat Atlanta because I was there. I've never gone back and watched it. I can't. I mean, I've seen plays, of course.
That's a little different.
But it was the greatest day ever. Go ahead, John.
No, I wanted to see how it happened, and I was able to see that it drew similarities to the Celtics when they would blow big leads. You know, Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics refused to get off their three-point shooting. We're shooting threes regardless of time and place, and that's a mistake.
They were doing that. They were doing it at the end of the first half. Wemby was taking unnecessary threes. Again, John says that they were trying to go for two for one.
That was at the end of the first half.
At the end of the first half, but Wemby with like 40 seconds on the clock took a logo 3, which was just a bad shot with a long rebound that led to a transition basket from the Knicks. And so what they did in the second half, and another reason I had an inclination that this was going to happen, I didn't think it was going to happen, but there was part of my brain that was like, was, as you said, San Antonio was taking quick threes for no reason. This always drives us crazy. And they were turning the ball over. Look, you're going to turn the ball over. You get tight, whatever. But at least run some clock out.
But there's a difference. Getting back to the Celtic comparison. Celtic comparison is it's their offense. It's what they do. San Antonio choked. All of these 22-year-old kids panicked and understood, oh, my God, we're about to tie up the Knicks. We have a chance at a title. This is unbelievable. And then the Knicks started chipping away, and they panicked. All of them, including Wembanyama, who might be the best player on the planet now, let alone when he evolves in 2 or 3 years. But you watched San Antonio last night, and I was watching with fascination at how badly that team choked. And, I mean, it's one thing to see it written about, but it's quite another to watch it happen.
And to hear Barkley or anyone else say that, or Shaq say that they got comfortable. No. When you brick 2 free throws at the end of the game, that's choking.
When you forget to box out, OG Anunoby floats in from the three-point line to tip home the rebound that gives the Knicks the win. He was untouched as he floated through the air to tip that ball in.
Go flat for Jalen Brunson. Allow him to operate at the top. 101. Brunson gets it. Fires up a 3. Shot no good. The tip. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead.
Okay, so you've probably seen it by now, but if you got to see it from an aerial perspective, like from an overhead perspective, because you can just see how inexcusable it is. That he is, like John said, he's say you're under the basket, he's right 3-point line.
Yeah.
And he just, without really being touched, is able to crash the basket, get in position. There's 3 Spurs around the basket. Yes, they're not Wemby, but still, they're professional basketball players that should be able to get their body on someone and at least keep him from getting to the rim. Yeah, like Harper in the first half, like Andrew Toney. Looked like Andrew Toney.
That's a very good comparison.
I mean, you reminded me of Andrew Toney. Like he was spinning and like everything.
Now you're talking my language.
Well, I mean,
Celtics language.
Same situation.
Yeah.
I mean, we grew up watching the same things. But like he looked like, wow, this kid's going to be a massive star. Like he's going to be like a great scorer. And then the second half, everything falls apart.
All those 22-year-old kids were watching Brunson's shot over Wembanyama. None of them were focusing on what would happen if Brunson missed. And that's experience. Experience in the league. Coaching, too.
Look,
Coach has no experience at this time of year.
They got him to settle for a 3, and it's like, okay, Brunson's going to take a shot. This is what I would say. It's like, because I would know. But you would figure this is what you say. Look, Brunson's going to take a shot. Here's how we're going to try to stop him. Fine. If he makes it, that's what he does. Great. Here's our plan. But also, if he misses, no offensive rebounds. No offensive rebounds. Protect the rim. No offensive rebounds. Get your body on someone. If he misses, we need that ball. Like and then they're going to foul. Like, and then you have the plan from there. But the number one thing is, how we're going to try to stop Brunson because we know he's taking the shot. You did that. You forced him to take a 3 with Wemby on him, and he has to get it over Wemby, and he misses it. Now, you've done the hard part. Now just stop someone from crashing the rim with the game on the line when 2 points is the difference in everything. Just ridiculous. And very hard to watch.
You were saying they did the hard part. I mean, we've said many times, we said it earlier, Jalen Brunson's the best closer in the league, and you forced him to miss a clutch shot because you have a 7-4 guy switched out onto him. The hard part is done. Their biggest threat missed, and then you forget to box out.
You forget to box out the guy who inbounded the ball. And I don't want this to go without mention today. Yeah, that was terrible. That's awful. That's inexcusable not to force him to take that shot and then not get the rebound. But the final chance that the Spurs had.
Reaches on Vassell, Hart on Castle, Robinson on Wembanyama, pass toward the middle, caught by Castle, dropped by Castle, his shot is blocked by Hart, and the New York Knicks just pulled off the biggest comeback win in NBA Finals history.
How you have any play drawn up that does not have the ball going to Wembanyama on that final possession is beyond me. I don't get it. I don't understand. You throw it up to where he's literally the only guy on the court who can get it, and he takes a shot, and you see what happens. At least he gets the shot off, and maybe he gets fouled. It's a 1-point game. That's the only thing you have to do. And why you would even consider doing anything else. To me, that's as head scratching as forgetting about Anunoby and allowing him to get to the rim for that putback.
The other part of it is, the same thing happened to the Knicks as happened to them in Game 3. They had Brunson, Anunoby, and nobody else. Karl Anthony Towns picked up 2 fouls in the first 90 seconds, had to sit down. Picked up a 3rd foul late in the first half, had to sit down. He was ineffective for the balance of the game again. They didn't get a lot of help from anybody else, and the Knicks still won. San Antonio did the same thing, had a great opportunity. I think if they win last night and they win by double digits, they go on and win the series. They go back to San Antonio. The Knicks had the home court advantage and the crowd going nuts, and they lose both games, and you have an opportunity to go back to your own building tied. I mean, San Antonio blew an opportunity at the title last night. The Knicks go down and finish this thing. And we said it a couple of times today, if you watched the end of that game and saw how the players left the floor, they're done. San Antonio's not coming back from this. Knicks are going to win this thing by double digits on Saturday.
It would be interesting if they didn't.
Oh, my God.
That would be the choke of all chokes if they didn't. Oh, man. That would be the end for them. But I don't see that.
All right. Well, suffice it to say, it was a great game and a very surprising outcome. And what are you going to do? Congratulations to all the Knick fans, as it seems like there are a trillion more of you than there were just weeks ago. All right. We'll be back in just a moment with an award-winning email segment.
You're listening
All right, it is our award-winning email segment, and if you want to get involved, you can go to, of course, the fantastic 98.5 The Sports Hub page and find our email addresses. And you can see the new Thuppets video up at all our socials, at Toucher and Hardy, at Hardy985, and at Fred Toucher. So, this segment is brought to you by, and powered by, Jeffrey Epstein. I'll give it a little break before I get to the sponsor.
Why don't you take the next couple of plays off there, champ? Wow.
It's on TV all the time. I'll give it a little time before I give the real sponsor. 82-0.
3.
Way to go. You did it.
No, I didn't do it.
Wow. Okay.
No, let's do a couple of emails.
Okay.
And then
Let's get
at
some
the end,
distance. I agree.
I'll tag it in on the,
Yeah.
on the thing at the end.
Your hero worship has gone to a new level, I tell you.
I know. I'm wearing a T-shirt of them. That's why it's...
Somebody else brought this up earlier. Brian was texting me earlier. The worst play by the Spurs, we're all missing it. De'Aaron Fox got a loose ball with 17 seconds left. Tried a quick layup and missed when they were up 1. Should have brought the ball out and got fouled.
Agreed.
Knicks scored on the next possession to go up 1.
Inexperience, panic. That's what that was. Panicked.
Not comfort, panic.
You see this in with 8-year-olds, No one wants the basketball. Get rid of it quickly with the lead and the pressure on.
I got to shoot.
Put it up.
Yeah.
No, that's what happened. All of them, a collective panic from the coaching staff to all those young kids in a big-time situation.
Yeah. Walter says, impressions. There are a lot of great bits on the show, and some of those are the various impressions. While all of these are entertaining, some stand out among others. Having said that, Hardy's drunk Zolak goes beyond the bounds of a normal impression. His impersonation is so spot on, I could simultaneously feel the loss of inhibition and the bleak memory of waking from a blackout with a pocket bulging with unexplained change, a half-empty beer in my hand, and the lingering taste of cigars and vomit in my mouth. Hardy's drunk Zolak made me grateful to have gotten sober before smartphones and the internet.
Okay, look, I take offense to the drunk Zolak, not because it's redundant, but because it's just Zolak. This is the thing that people don't get about Zo, is that, as we're often asked, what is Adolfo really like? What are Felger and Maz really like? What is Zolak really like? Zolak is, as I describe him, sounds like a 10-year-old on the air. In real life, he's an 8-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
This is his best behavior.
Yeah.
So it's not because of any degree of impairment. That's just him. Okay. What are you talking about, drunk? I haven't had drinks in 8 hours.
He said hours right too. That's amazing.
I'm here at 10. I got traffic. I dropped the kid off this morning. I go to Cumbies. There's a guy standing there. I'm like, what's up? You getting gas? I'm getting gas. You get gas? What'd you spend on gas? Wallach, what'd you spend on gas? What do you drive? Prius? Nerd.
Spending it was like $4.60 for gas.
What's up, T-Bone? T-Bone.
Yeah. Where'd you get the car? At the bad car store?
Yeah.
I say that it was $4.60 a gallon for gas.
$4.60?
You asked me how much it was for gas, and I'm telling you it was $4.60.
I don't care.
But you asked me.
What? You could see. All right. I get gas when I need gas. Okay. Have I ever showed you the video that someone sent us of him walking around the Rentham outlets because he ran out of gas for like the second time that week?
Oh boy.
And somebody recorded him on their phone, recorded on their phone of him walking back and forth to the car, like stuck in the parking lot, out of gas.
Yeah.
He throws up and runs out of gas more than anyone I know.
Does he have a gas station that gives him free gas?
I don't want to. It's too much. I'd rather stop every day. I stop every day. I put in $10. I put in $10. That's all I'm giving.
So you only like 2 gallons of gas?
Yeah. So, but that's why you keep running.
No, it's not 2 gallons. It's $10. It's not 10.
So it's like 2 gallons.
It's $4.60 a gallon. That's not enough.
It's $10. Well, what that is, that's what I'm going that day. If I got to go more than that, I don't go.
Well, then you're going to run out of gas. That means that's why you're
Constantly.
running out of
That's
gas.
not enough to get into work,
I'm
Scott.
not going to run out of gas. I ran out of gas yesterday. Get some food.
What you gonna? What do you want today? So,
I had pierogi last night.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but they were bad. They were left out from last week. So I had
From last week.
I had 2 of those.
that's not healthy.
No, but because you have them there, it's like, what are you gonna do? Not put them away? No, I just left them out. They were there.
So the Red Sox yesterday, they there was a big
Cares.
there's a big comeback.
Cares. Yeah, something on your back.
All
What'd
right.
you say?
It's like he's flowing through him. The great Scott Zolak is flowing through him.
Somebody had a great suggestion for us for the fart monitors, especially this time of year with what's going on the Discovery Channel. We should call it Shark Week.
Yeah, I don't know if he can.
Why not?
Problem. I don't know.
That's dangerously close.
Is it tiptoeing?
I don't. I mean, it's not one of the 7 dirty words, so it's like technically, I would assume not a problem. It's just like if you have production with it and stuff. Because I read it too, and I thought it was a clever title. I just don't know if you can be saying that over and over again, like in production. Like it's something that I just think that I don't think you could get certainly in any trouble for it. It just seems like that it would be asking for something, just having it in production. Like that's a word that if you say it, whatever. But if you keep
it's gonna
keep saying it over and over and over and over again, because technically it is not that word. That's why you can say effing and stuff. I mean, it's not the word, but it does describe a act of basically going to the bathroom on yourself.
John, what were you saying about Mexico in regards to the World Cup this morning?
Starts tonight. The World Cup starts with 2 games in Mexico tonight. Today, one is at 3:00 and one tonight as well.
So I'm saying this to defend you. Chris DiNapoli said, does John know Mexico is not the host of the World Cup, or did he not eat his bird food this morning?
Actually, there are 3 countries that are hosting the World Cup: the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Part of the Americas.
Yes, that's correct. Like tomorrow, the U.S. will play in Los Angeles, and I believe Canada plays Bosnia-Herzegovina in Toronto.
What?
I imagine you got to be psyched to be in Mexico in July
Yeah.
playing soccer.
Mexico City is where the first match is tonight.
I bet you that's 100 degrees, 110 degrees.
Sure. Oh yeah.
I wonder what the temperature is in Mexico City right now. All I know is whoever's playing, the team that gets the first goal wins.
Is that how it works?
Does it not?
I don't know. I would assume if it's 1-0, there's a chance for a 1-1 draw.
I mean, there's certainly a chance, but not a great chance. Like your chances of winning those soccer matches after you get 1 goal, because they drop back into that shell, and then it's just a lot of passing to nowhere.
All right, here we go. This is from the BBC, and they care more about this than anyone.
Temperature in Mexico City, not bad at all, actually.
What do you got?
It's in the 70s.
Don't forget, at altitude, got to factor that in.
Just in the 70s, though.
Scotland start their campaign in a pleasantly warm and dry Boston on Saturday night, Sunday morning UK time. Then for England, the Texas Heat may be uncomfortable for fans leading up to their first match against Croatia in Dallas on Wednesday. Thursday's opening match in Mexico City is likely it will be the altitude, not the weather, that players and fans will notice.
There you go.
All right. Well, there you have it. And if you score the first goal, good news is you can't lose. And the good news is if you paid to go, you got to see the goal. And now you'll be just watching teams kick into other players.
Apparently, people not getting the exorbitant prices they were hoping for on the Airbnb rentals for this World Cup.
Oh.
People had visions of paying off their mortgage with what they were going to rent their house out for 2 weeks. And I
Like
don't
in
think-
Foxborough?
Like in the surrounding areas, yeah. I don't think that's come to fruition.
No, I don't think that if I'm spending like the week, I'm staying in Foxborough. I believe if I'm traveling from overseas, I'd want to be in Boston, and I'll deal with getting to the game. But I want to be surrounded by Boston. I don't want to be in a neighborhood in Foxborough. Yeah, that makes sense. That was a little naive on those people's parts. It's not the Masters where you're like on the course and there's nothing else to do.
You
Like,
could do a lot worse in Foxborough, though. They got a nice hobby shop down there. They got a Conrad's. They got all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I've been down there.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, the email bit is powered by the good guys, Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman.
Why'd you say it like that?
Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. We will return in just a moment.
Two-stack monster. Ready?
It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. The story of that lacrosse team that couldn't play because of the cigars is going viral. Is now on all the local news stations.
People trying to get out of the way of this thing. The MIAA claim no responsibility for this at all. Didn't get to us.
They're saying
didn't get to us. It's the school's fault.
The school.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So what happened is these kids, and it's real douchey. And look, the kids I know did it. Everyone does it now. It's douchey, but it doesn't make it wrong. Everyone now poses with a cigar when they graduate. Like there's a graduation picture, usually on the site of the graduation, where there are conceivably hundreds and hundreds of parents, along with, 100+ teachers and administrators all gathered, and they take a picture of themselves with a cigar in their mouth. Now, this is everywhere. Hardy knows it happened at the Canton graduation. It happened at the Newton South graduation. It happens at all these graduations. It happened at my kids' school. Like the kids, I don't know if it happened at the graduation, but kids take pictures with cigars in their mouths. Now, is it douchey? Yes, but they're 18. Let them be douchey and regret it later. But there is a rule, as you would assume, that you can't have tobacco at schools, including vapes and things like of that nature. Fine. And there is a punishment if you are caught with tobacco products
right,
at school.
and it's like a zero tolerance policy,
Sure.
apparently.
And you understand that you don't want kids smoking. But then there's it's graduation. These kids have just graduated. There's cigars in their mouth. And then you go, oh, no, you're suspended for the next game. You can't play. Your team can't field a team for the semifinals in the state lacrosse tournament. Meaning that at 18, most likely the hardest you've worked for anything, not hard to get a high school degree. The hardest thing you worked for is probably this lacrosse team. And you have an opportunity to win a state championship. They take it away. Why? Because you did what every other kid is doing. And there is no sense of like gray area or nuance or anything with people. It's just, this is the rule. Well, no. Even judges, hand out sentences and interpret law. Like, this is not what the guidelines were put in place for. And by the way, what kind of blowback are you going to get if you let the kids play? They've graduated. I guess the kids with cigars in their mouths have graduated. Just leave them alone and let them play.
You know what? That's an excellent point. Like, who would they run afoul of if they had let them play?
Because I could make the argument that what they're doing isn't even really bad for them, because they're all these guys have unlit cigars in their mouths.
Well, and now there's, photos that they weren't even like the handmade ones. They were novelty cigars that some of the kids were using. Whatever.
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. See, that like even just makes it even dumber. Like it doesn't matter to me. If they're, bottom line is, even if they're cigars, big deal. An 18-year-old had a cigar in his mouth. Leave him alone.
Photo leaked last night of the celebrity list at the Knicks game.
Yes.
No, I saw that. Yeah.
This is interesting because it's not in alphabetical order.
No, it's been an order of importance.
Well, or the ones that obviously this person is there, boom. Do you know who's at the very top of the list?
I do, and we were talking about her a couple of days ago.
Mariska Hargitay.
Is it perhaps James Dolan had an affair with her mom, who was Jane Mansfield?
It's a good theory.
How old is James Dolan? Could he have had an affair with James Mansfield?
There you go. Listed second, Taylor Swift.
Behind Marisha Hardick. Has she ever dated James Dolan in real life, like for real?
I don't know.
Well, it would seem like he'd be pretty bitter if they had.
Jerry Seinfeld, as we know, finally got courtside, along with Fat Joe, who's listed right below him. And then Jimmy Fallon, Steve Sharippa, Edie Falco, the Sopranos contingent.
Who's Steve Sharippa?
Sharippa was...
Sopranos. What was his character?
Puss.
There you
So
go.
so Peter Rosenberg was on yesterday. He was talking about this. He thought Fat Joe might buy his tickets, but it looks like he does not, and that the Sopranos cast has always been treated extremely well at these games.
Ben Stiller actually admitted to Ernie and Chuck and Shaq that he doesn't buy his tickets, that they're given to him. He said, I couldn't afford the tickets if I had to pay for each home game. I just started showing up in the 70s with my family.
Oh, no, not Bobby Bacala. Sorry. Steve Sharip, Bobby Bacala.
Thank God.
I know. I got it wrong for a second.
The funny part about that list is that I saw A-Rod at the bottom of that list, and they put him back in the crowd, like 7th row of some reserve section.
I saw him too.
You know that steams him. He's so self-important. He has been his entire life, and they put him back in the crowd with the common folk.
Well, that's like a real thing. Like, it's a real cool kids table. Like, where you are seated.
And you're not invited. Yes.
And Ethan Hawke used to sit courtside, and then he went on a show, and he said something disparaging about a move the Knicks had made.
Yeah.
And he called for Knicks tickets. He called the person with the Knicks tickets. And the Knicks ticket guy said, yeah, you can have tickets. That'll be $6,000. And he goes, oh, they've always been free. And he goes, yeah, maybe now you won't go out and talk about the Knicks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. So, that's what I was saying. I think that the reason Ben Stiller is so actively pro-Knicks on Twitter, and this was in the New York Times, that they reward that kind of support of the organization. They reward it, so it's almost performative. I'm going to get on and perform as the biggest Knicks fan I can.
No, he basically confirmed that last night.
Yeah.
There you go.
He must have loved that.
Julianne Moore. These are the ones that I've just found surprising that were on the list. Liam Neeson.
Oh,
didn't know he was a big Knicks fan. And Rainn Wilson, Hank Azaria. How about that? Oh, and Cam Scatterbo, way down.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's the guy.
Rainn
That guy
Wilson.
needs more
Good
exposure.
for Rainn Wilson, still getting into Knicks games. Dwight from The Office. If you
Yes,
don't know.
That's right.
You also have to think of how many people wanted to go to the Knicks game, and that are in New York City. That also, I'm sure, plays a role by who gets tickets. I don't think the whole world, especially the arty types that are in the,
oh no,
the arty types, the real swishies that are in the entertainment and that are out there in La La Land. They even want to go.
All right, a scene, man.
It's a scene, man. Diane Cannon, they're higher. All right, that'll do it for us. Everyone have a great day. Bye.
Talk to you tomorrow. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel.